Hello and welcome to this banner. Now, hello and welcome to the Lowdown, episode 1. Thank you for checking it out. This is a brand new podcast. I'm Luke,
I'm
and we have,
Chris.
I'm Kenna.
and I don't know if he's there right this second. We got Spike.
Yeah.
So, what's up? What's up? We got lots of things to talk about today. We haven't really done an episode in a little minute. You know, a little bit of a transitional period. We are going to talk about the boys and Invincible. Hey, what's going on? There's live Q&A if anybody's ever interested. We'll be like talking to strangers. Be like, who are they even responding to? It's these people in the chat. So, like I was saying, Invincible, The Boys, Daredevil, Maul, Shadow Lord, a couple video games that came out. We haven't talked about Pragmata really.
No.
Yeah, so we got that. We got Invincible Versus, Windrose, some games coming out. It's good. So, without further ado, let's hit that intro and get into it.
My power is absolute. At heights no one's even dreamed of. But I have a bigger destiny.
Mark, take a night off.
We don't get to take a night off. If I'd actually killed Angstrom the first time, so many people would still be alive.
That breaks people.
I'll have one banana milkshake.
What's up? All right, so yeah, we have guest star this week. I don't know if we'll have him every week. I'd love to have him every week, but we have King Spike. He's not on cam right now. What's up, dude? You want to give us a little lowdown, of who you are, just for everybody?
Yeah, sure. What's up, everybody? I am King Spike. You can call me King. You can call me Spike. Just don't call me out my name. I like to do Marvel, talk Marvel. That's what I am. Anything from Marvel, like from 1930 all the way up to today, including leaks that are happening for like Secret Wars and all that stuff. I do the best I can to bring the most reliable, fact-based news to everybody. So I'm not for everyone, but if you want to learn a thing or two about Marvel, check my stuff out. You might be surprised. I'm here for everybody.
Word. Yeah, he's got like the biggest scoops on Marvel than anybody I've ever known. So I'm very happy to have him here. In fact, you got somebody talking to you in the comments right now. Let's start off with that and go right into our like Marvel superhero news. That's typically how we start episodes anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he says Subhan Khan official. I hope I'm saying that right. Maybe you might know better, Spike.
Oh, that's one of my people's. Yep.
Yep. He says, Spike, I have a question for you. You said Henry Cavill will appear as Calverine in Avengers Doomsday. Can you describe how his character appears in the movie?
Okay. I'll do this. I love doing this. So, for rumors, right? Let's just say the multiverse is collapsing. We're going to see a lot of these characters. So, if you remember, without giving you too much, how Deadpool walked through that TVA portal, right? And was like, oh my God, that's a man. That's pretty much what we're going to see with him per the rumors and stuff. They could change stuff, but as of now, the Calverine is there. So do not expect Henry Cavill the Beyonder because we got the Calverine. I hope that makes sense for everybody.
I mean, I'm here for it. But Doomsday is going to be...
I just like him, to be fair, so...
It's going to be amazing.
Right. And he's also asking you to explain Steve Rogers. Yeah, you see?
I got you. Now, Steve Rogers, for Secret Wars, okay, so after Doomsday concludes, I don't do spoilers, so just know that. So after Doomsday concludes, you're going to see Steve Rogers is going to be one of the people that makes the jump. It's not going to be old man Steve, because in the trailer, per descriptions, right? I don't want to say I've seen it, but yeah, I've seen little pieces. But per descriptions, camera pans up. They're not in the ship. So it pans up when they're in the forest or something, and Steve Rogers pulls Stormbreaker and he basically has that like old dude, I've been on the farm for like 10 years, I'm getting out retirement, and I'm gonna go back and save the world. So thoughts on the CinemaCon trailer description? Well, I mean, I got it firsthand. I was talking to Soups about it and everything, and that trail, like 3 minutes of nothing but heat. And then I seen a little bit of the pan up for Steve Rogers and stuff. That's why when I seen that AI trailer on Twitter, I was like, yeah, I've seen portions of it, and this is not true. And everyone was like, what do you mean? And then when Brandon Davis came out and was like, hey, good job, you did the AI stuff, but that's not true. So, oh yeah, always, bro. I'm always here. But yeah, that's your thing. If you have anything else, run it by me.
Right. Yeah. Anybody with any questions? Spike's got the details on the Marvel movies more than any of us really do, you know. But do you have anything on for like, you know, more like Spider-Man? Let's say, you know, brand new day seems right around the corner.
Oh well, all right. So I posted a video. Everybody was saying about the whole Man Spider thing. We were talking about this earlier, and I didn't get into it because I wanted to save it for this, right? So I was saying, I was telling everybody when this came out, how can Man Spider be in Spider-Man Brand New Day when Man Spider is confirmed for Spider Noir? It just doesn't make sense. There's never been 2 times where we've had 2 of the same characters on screen doing a singular story. They didn't even do it with Venom and all the characters. So, like, when it comes to that, you're like, okay, you see his eyes black. And then you tell people, oh, okay, you have to go back and, like, see certain things from the comics, right? And then they're confused. Because if any of you guys know Edge of the Spider-Verse or Spider-Geddon, have you guys dived into it, seen little things from it?
Yeah, a little bit, seen some bits, yeah.
Okay, and you know that deals a lot with like confusing stories that play off of each other. For example, like you'll have Spider Noir, Superior Spider-Man, and Miles Morales with Ultimate Peter go to like one universe, and then he'll be like, Spider Noir will be like, okay, let's go visit this radioactive world where who was it? Peter Parker's his Uncle Ben is Spider-Man, and everybody else is gone. So like, and then you tell people like, oh, go read that, and they're like, but then they want to see something cool like Man Spider. So now we can say, okay, Man Spider's not going to be in Brand New Day because of that. The same thing as Daredevil. Daredevil's showing up. Well, Tony Stark will appear in Avengers Doomsday. You're going to see a variant of him, and they are recasting. Don't forget that. They are recasting. Okay.
Do you think they're going to recast like after Secret War? Like Secret Wars is going to introduce the recastings, or like how do you?
Yes, that's the smartest and most logical way to do it. You don't introduce the recast unless it's like the X-Men or something, but you don't introduce the recast for me. Like if I was sitting in the theater and I see Damson Idris come out of the X-Men's universe as Black Panther, I'm not going to question it. I'm not going to be upset, and I'm going to be like, okay, that was meant to happen, right? Or if you see like, I don't know, another Cyclops or X-Men show up like in a culmination of like the universe is getting destroyed, and then there's like, okay, well, I'm here now. I'm not going to be upset. I'm going to be like, okay, he survived the destruction of the multiverse, you know?
Right. You got to play it into the story and make it feel more
Play
natural.
it into the story. I'm always telling every day, bro, whether you like She-Hulk or whether you like Secret Invasion or Echo, it's important for the story, whether you think it's dog shit or not. Because here's a good thing for you guys. Well, just hear me out for a second. So like when people, She-Hulk sucks, and then you have to go back and see She-Hulk episode 1 to understand Bruce Banner's inhibitor on his arm. She-Hulk doesn't suck anymore. You just didn't pay attention.
I didn't think She-Hulk was all that bad. I mean, I get the hate and stuff, and for certain reasons, but like, I don't know. Right. She-Hulk like was kind of maybe not such a modern take on it, but kind of like that as a comic a little bit, you know?
Yeah, I mean, granted, she is granted, but okay, okay. I'll do you a perfect example. Kang got beat by ants in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. This is like the craziest Mandela effect I've ever seen in my life. Did Kang get beaten by ants in Quantumania? It's yes or no question.
We're going to say yes. We're going to say yes.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
You're going to tell us why it's not.
Yes, right? Okay, I'm going to tell you why you're wrong. Because Kang did not get beaten by ants, because at the last 20 minutes of the movie, when Ant-Man was fighting Kang, before he was going to escape, there were no ants. And then Hope had to come through a portal and shoot him with her stingers, and then he punched him in the face, and he got sent through a portal. The only time that the ants actually tried to stop Kang was when Scott and them were standing on the bridge, and all the ants, which are Type 2 civilians, attacked Kang, and he created a barrier. So that's where the misconception comes in. Where it's like, oh, She-Hulk sucks, and this sucks, and Ant-Man sucks. No, bro, you suck. Not you guys, but you suck. You're not paying attention. You know? And then that, you know where that comes from? That confusion, that comes from Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, because it takes Ant-Man and everybody takes them to the future, and Ant-Man's like, oh, the cockroaches have to survive here. Yup. And then they think those cockroaches are ants. So now everyone's like, oh, snap.
Okay. Well, let me ask you guys all this. So, like, does anybody want to see Man Spider?
I do.
Maybe at some point, yeah, definitely. It'd be
At some
interesting
point,
to
I'll
see
say,
what
yeah.
they do.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it almost feels like it would work better in Spider Noir and kind of just leave it out of like the main canon, right? I mean, it's
Right.
still canon, right? But like,
yeah, it's mature though. Spider-Man New War is on Amazon. That's a mature show. We're gonna be used and get like we're
Okay.
gonna be ready for that like nasty, gritty, adult, mature. Ooh, that's a spider stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, no, I feel that, and of course, a mature version with Nicolas Cage, complete
Come
win.
on now.
Like,
I
yeah,
can't wait.
Yeah,
I
no,
can't.
why
I just,
not?
bro. If he says that he found a clue because he's a private investigator, I'm gonna lose my mind and pull up National Treasure. Because in National Treasure, he's always finding clues, bro. It's like
Yeah,
Jason Statham, bro. He says, "Oh, you
Yeah,
know who
I
I
hope
am."
I hope it's gonna be on par with the Penguin. I hope it, because it seems like it has that
Honestly.
feel to it.
Same here.
What do you guys think? I mean, who's pumped for Spider Noir? Do you guys know the release date? I don't know it off the top of my head.
It is May 27th, I believe.
Oh,
27.
right around the corner, and so
Mhm.
is that's like almost the same day as Lego Batman, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, Lego
No,
Batman.
that's first like Mega Lego Batman's on the 22nd, I think.
Okay, they're close.
Yeah,
Okay,
close,
cool.
so, yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff coming out, man. It's nonstop. Like, oh my god. But it's great. Like we actually have good content on a regular basis. I'm all about it. It's just a lot to keep up with, So, but
It really
I
is.
guess we'll jump into Daredevil. And if you got any more Marvel news and stuff like that, we'll just take it as we go,
Yeah, we could take it out and stuff.
Sure. So is everybody watching newest Daredevil episode?
Yeah, up to date. Yeah.
Okay. What are we thinking? How are we liking it?
Yeah, I thought this episode was good. I feel like it started a bit slower compared to like episode 4 and 5.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think once it got like halfway, it kind of started to build a bit more like with BB and obviously my man with like their relationship now is obviously tampered and they can't necessarily do what they need to do. Obviously, like he's already thinking about like killing her, and then obviously like he gets a change of heart like towards the end, which I thought, okay, I can kind of see it because they were friends at the end of the day, so I kind of saw that made sense. But I think this episode was good nonetheless. I think it was sobered up, but it was still good.
It was good. It was definitely good. I think though that the show kind of peaked. I think like at episode 4 with the giant boxing match. Yeah,
It did.
I feel like I've been waiting for it to like really like get in it. Like let's get it going. All right, Vanessa. Like everything that happened with her. Like let's see how this is going to go forward. And I feel like it's more of building towards how that's going to go forward for next season instead of like directly, which is fine. It's taking its time. It has its pacing, right? Like nothing wrong with that. It's not rushing, right?
Yeah.
So, but it does like I've seen little videos making fun of Daredevil and like it's Daredevil and Kingpin and they're playing footsies underneath the table, and yeah, the show feels like that sometimes, and this season kind of feels like that with Daredevil and Bullseye. And like as I'm watching the new episode, it's like here they are again together, like arguing over this. Like I forgive you. No, because I have to forgive you. I can't forgive you. It's like, dude, just fuck already. Like that's just like the vibe.
Can I just say that Daredevil dropped the hardest line in this Batman and not one person batted an eye. He said vengeance is injustice. And I was like, yeah, tell that to Batman, bro.
Yeah. And I love the parallels between Daredevil and Batman so much. I think it's part of what makes Daredevil such a compelling character, like just that street level grittiness on top of like, I have this job on top, like I'm a blind lawyer on top of this, you know what I mean? Like I love how unbelievable they both get at times too. But what do you think, you guys, like about the whole show, and what do you think like we're gonna get out of finale? Like, is this one of your more favorite seasons, or where does it fall for you?
For me, I'll say it definitely is one of like it's watchable. It's definitely watchable. Season 1 of Born Again, like it was only when Mew showed up where I was like, okay, I can get into this and like Kingpin stuff. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But everybody else, I was like, eh.
Season 1, definitely. Yeah, I think everybody's happier with season 2 of Born Again. What about like when it comes to the Netflix show though? Like, I feel like I still like season 1 of Netflix more than anything. It's just
yeah, because it was mature. It was gritty. It was good.
Right.
Yeah,
And
I still
especially the
think
hallway,
Netflix
bro.
is better.
Yo, we're gonna get hallway scenes again, guys, next week.
Finally.
You gotta take a drink every time he goes through a hallway. Every time Daredevil burst. You ever seen this man walk through a door, bro? Daredevil walks through the door, and when he walks, this man looks like he's about to like collect rent, bro. Like if he lived across the hall from Tobey Maguire, that man would have never missed rent. I promise you. If I seen Daredevil come through a freaking door, boom, like bro, like who the what? Like I'm sorry, just no.
We got a question here for you too, Spike. What are the new additional scenes in Avengers Endgame? Will they show Steve Rogers returning the stones back at the original place, like the rumored Nomad show?
Oh my God. Okay. I'm gonna give you guys a little something. So, I've heard through the grapevine of things that Steve's gonna have a conversation with Scott about something. That's what one of the scenes is going to be. I said in a video when I posted it that I said that Avengers Doomsday, like they're either going to add in the deleted post-credit scene because we only had one. We only had one at Endgame when it came out. So the deleted Endgame. So the deleted post-credit scene, I think, will be Steve returning the stones and we see his journey because there was supposed to be a show about that. We all want to see that. I don't know how they're going to do the Soul Stone, but we all want to see that. And then Tony Stark talking to Morgan in the Soul Realm. Because that's already filmed, and it actually would hit a lot better with Doomsday because then you get to see, like, he says, I love you 3000, and there's this ominous silence. And Morgan's, like, looking at him, and he's like, okay, and he smiles and looks at the camera, and it just pans away. That right there is like, okay, we're doing something with this guy. It might not be Tony Stark, but we're doing something with him, you know? Right. And if reality's going to break, and you want to bring Tony Stark back the right way, you could break the rules of the Soul Realm for the destruction of the multiverse. So that's what I think it's going to be one of those three things.
Okay. No, I can see that. And like, I mean, there's always a right around, you know, like how do we do this if we really want to? Like people writing themselves in the corners and always finding a way out of it. And it's like superheroes on top of that. What kind of like crazy sci-fi thing exists already maybe in the Marvel universe that like, because there's, especially Marvel, I feel like compared to DC, like is really crazy with the cosmic stuff. You know, like I couldn't even tell you everything about like eternity and infinity and all these like crazy cosmic characters.
I've read all of Marvel's cosmology. It's pretty wild, actually. That's why when I talk to power scalers, and let me just tell you something for everyone to know: when you're power scaling, Lord have mercy, go do some research. Because when I see some things like Carnage can, no problem, bro. When I see some things like Carnage can take out Jean Grey, my common sense wants to walk into a wall and get hit by a car. Like, dude, like how the hell is this symbiote that dies by like sound and fire gonna go up to a living embodiment of fire? Like, can you like?
It may be an alien, but come on, man. Let's be real, man. Like,
yes, I don't know, but I'm just saying, because that's where the conversations and debates stem from. Because man, I want to see this, and my favorite character is that when Wonder Man came out. Oh, Wanda should marry Wonder Man. Okay, cool. After she gets out from under the rock, she must love drums and a bass because she got destroyed by a rock. So now she must be Dragon Force or Avenged Sevenfold because I can't right
now. Retro is wondering too, will King Thanos be in Doomsday or Secret Wars?
That I can't tell you because King Thanos was on the marketing in Disney. It was a Disney Shanghai show that came out. It came out last year, and that's when they were doing the light show, and it showed basically what you're gonna see in Avengers Doomsday. Like if you want good reference, go back and watch the Shanghai Light Disney show. It's about 5 minutes long, but you see the story of Avengers Doomsday in that. So you'll see Dr. Doom sit down and he puts his hand up and then he like grabs this energy. Obviously that's the multiverse. And then he channels it and then it fades away and it comes out back. And then you see rings. Obviously that's Shang-Chi's rings and they form Dr. Doom's symbol. And he breaks that and he turns it in and then he channels the energy and turns it into a door. And then out of nowhere, he's sitting on a throne and you see it flash like his color, black and yellow. Now we know him as green. So who else is black and yellow in the MCU off the top of your head? Anybody?
Wait.
You know.
I had it in my head. I had it in my head.
Don't say Wiz Khalifa now.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay, I'll give it to you guys. Centuries.
Yeah, I don't know. Century. Okay, right. All
There we
right.
go. There we go.
What
Okay.
I was just
Sentry
watching
have
that
inside
clip
of him
so
that's
many times.
crazy
So.
strong? The Void. And if Doctor Doom is gonna go to Loki, sit on a chair, and then we get this flashy thing of the Void, and we don't even know the extent of the Void's powers, that tells me that the Void's gonna be one of the center batteries for the multiverse because of that preview alone. Because that is literally Doctor Doom took the multiverse and made it a door. He took the shards of the multiverse, which is what we've seen in Marvel's What If and Spider-Man Across the Spideyverse, and he made it a door. And if you think about it, where else has there been a door to a crazy realm? Anybody? No?
Soul Realm?
No, Thor Love and
No.
Thunder, when they grabbed Stormbreaker and they used it to get to the door of eternity. They stepped outside the multiverse.
Oh man. See, there's a movie I don't ever try to rewatch.
Yeah,
Love
same.
and Thunder.
I've watched everything like 8 times. I'm not even joking with you.
Yeah. No, I mean, if it's the MCU, if you want to know everything about it, like
you gotta be watching it.
Yeah, you gotta be deep dive.
Yeah. We got another one for you too. Who are the mass followers of Doctor Doom? We know one of them is Peggy and Doctor Strange. Are there more members like Captain Hydra?
I wouldn't say Captain Hydra. Because all right, for Captain Hydra to happen, Shield had to have fallen, which it did, but also he had to like work with Shield and be like, okay, guys, let's do this, because the events of Civil War II happened, and he's the one in the background in the comics in Civil War II where he's like edging on Carol Danvers to cause problems. That's comics. Like if you know that, that's how Hydra Cap comes. It's not just about his character; it's about the story that leads into him, because he's a Skrull,
right? Which
people don't find until after. So Hydra Cap, no, but there are rumors and stuff that says from internal test screenings from like executive producers and stuff. I caught it through the grapevine. They said there's one figure that's huge and he's big and hulking. They said that they didn't get to see his face, but like you could see a really big figure. So who knows if it's Eric Bana, who knows if it's who might be Maestro Hulk, but Doom got a Hulk on his team, bro, and that is scary. That is actually scary.
Who's the Asian guy that's Hulk? Do you think we might see that?
Amadeus Cho?
Yeah.
No, Amadeus Cho he has a really deep tie to Spider-Man specifically. Before he becomes like actual Smart Hulk, he actually gets the Iron Spider suit and figures out who Peter Parker is as Spider-Man, and then he joins the Young Avengers or the New Avengers or the Avengers Academy in the Spectacular Spider-Man show. That's where you'll get like younger versions of like Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and all this stuff. And everyone's like, we want to see them on the same team. You realize you're looking at teenagers, right? Like you're looking at teenagers, and Iron Fist is a full-grown man. Luke Cage is a full-grown man with a kid. You're gonna put him on a team with Spider-Man, who's 23, fresh out of college, bro. Bro, come on. Oh yeah.
How do you feel about friendly Spiderhood?
Oh, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man?
Yes.
Friendly Spiderhead.
I got it. No, but I mean, I'm in the middle with it. It's one of those things where I'm like, okay, I have to see it develop more, because it's kind of fun. I mean, it's Marvel, I'm all for it, but at the same time too, I want to see a good like story. Like I like how they're doing it because they showed the Watcher. They showed the Watcher in there. And
right. No, I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. It's just I want to see them do more with it. I want to see what they're gonna do because it's fun. It's fun in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm just curious on your take on that. Seeing we're talking about, spectacular Spider-Man and stuff.
Before I forget, so your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man and Spider-Man Brand New Day are going to be parallels to each other.
Oh, really?
I can't tell you specifically what events, but what I can say is we got a Tombstone animated, more so recent, in your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and we're getting Tombstone in Spider-Man Brand New Day. When Spider-Man Brand New Day comes out, we're going to be around the time frame of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man because X-Men 97 is coming out. So your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man's next. And then, to make it crazier, San Diego Comic-Con is happening. And if you know anything and pay attention, when Deadpool and Wolverine premiered, for example, that was in July. San Diego Comic-Con was happening the weekend Deadpool and Wolverine premiered, and they rolled out their stuff for their other projects, which is where we get here. So that's most likely how it's going to happen. So if everyone's like, where's the trailer for Doomsday? I'm going to answer this right now. At CinemaCon, I was there. At CinemaCon, you pay $1,500 for a ticket. I really want you to process that. $1,500 to see a 3-minute trailer, right? Why would a studio that's exclusive to the people? Yeah, right. So think about that. Now it makes sense when you're like, we're not getting the trailer because they had these people pay $1,500 to see it for 3 minutes.
When do you think we will get the trailer?
Eventually, but it's going to be in the summer because We have
Yeah.
if you do marketing for Doomsday right now, you're gonna ruin your marketing for Spider-Man, X-Men '97, The
All that
Punisher,
stuff. Yeah.
Daredevil. You have
Right,
to, and if
right,
and somebody
Yeah, I've
else
been
was like,
saying
oh,
summertime makes sense.
right.
right, and
Let it
everybody else
slow
was like,
cook in the meantime, and like
Mm.
bring it out after everything kind of came out. I
Yeah.
see that.
Because I mean, it's
Yeah.
in December, in it, so why would they show it any
and
sooner
then
than
check
summer?
this out. Somebody was like, they should move the release date because they took off some movie and they should put Doomsday. It would come out like 3 months early. I was like, listen, as nice as you think that would be, do you realize the magnitude of that? And they were like, no. And I was like, okay, so it's a Jonathan Majors situation. They said, how? I was like, when Jonathan Majors got fired, they changed all the plans for everything. So if you change the marketing for one of the biggest movies of the year, that's barely done filming. You have to move up the marketing for everything. You got to change release dates for Spider Noir. You got to change release dates for your friendly neighbor Spider-Man, X-Men '97. You got Daredevil Born Again still needs to be done. The Punisher special. Where do you throw that? Where's Vision Quest at? Where's Vision Quest at, guys? So they're like, oh, okay.
Where's
and then, hey,
dude? Where's Blade? All right, like
there's only gonna be one Blade, and there's only ever been one Blade.
Basically, that's basically what it is. Basically,
yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this though. Since they're doing the things for Secret Wars right now, they were in pre-production, and right now they're moving on to like filming and all that stuff. So that we're you know what I'm saying, we're going for good things.
Nice. Okay. Cool.
Chris said that Chris Evans played. Well, remember, Chris Claremont also said that Tobey Maguire was going to die at the beginning of the film. So and he's one of the biggest reporters on the planet with this stuff. So if he's going to say something like that and be like, "Oops, I'm sorry," I mean, I just explained to you how Hydra Cap happens. So I'd love to talk to Chris Claremont and like be like, "Hey, so XYZ," it'd be funny.
Right. Nah, Chris Claremont's a man, dude. When it comes to the new stuff, I don't know. God, what was I? We were gonna go into Blade. So are they doing the what is it? What's the team that Blade's on?
Midnight Suns.
Yeah,
they
isn't
said they're
that
working.
supposed to be?
Okay. Yeah, bro, you're talking to a gold mine of it all. Okay, Blade is put on hold. It's not canceled. Blade, they want to work it into the Midnight Suns. It's gonna happen. Moon Knight will be there. As far as the Midnight Suns go, if I were anyone that hated Ironheart, you're gonna freaking bat your head into a wall. Riri is an agent of Mephisto. That means Riri will be working for Mephisto, and Mephisto's in Chicago, and the Department of Damage Control hunts supernatural threats. And Riri left her suit in the middle of the street, and they had a battle with guns and bullets that freaking curve in the middle of the street. The hood popped up and went bow bow, and then the bullets curved past Riri in her suit while she was destroying a restaurant. And then Ezekiel Stain came out and started doing electrical shit. If that doesn't say Department of Damage Control should be watching this shit and all this stuff, I don't know what is, man. I don't know what is. And another thing, the Department of Damage Control hunts supernatural threats. We learned that in Wonder Man. So why the hell did and I was telling everybody this, and I was like, so why the hell is everybody saying that, oh, they're going to hunt Sadie Sink because she's a mutant? Okay, now you sound dumb. Because they said it on TV, they're hunting supernatural threats. And then in Spider-Man Brand New Day, Termel Tillman's character, who's in charge of Department of Damage Control, was like, we're hunting a threat we can't even see. That's literally what he says to Spider-Man.
Spike, what do you think of Ironheart?
I'm gonna be honest with you. When you watch episode 1, 4, what's it called, 6 and 7, or the last 2 episodes, whatever they are, it's a good show. It's
6,
great.
7. Yeah, I thought it was a good show too, dude. For real. I was like, no, this is like I can feel this. You know what I mean? Like it's got some pulls on the heartstrings a little bit. You got Ezekiel Stan. I love that.
Right.
But yeah, no, there's some cool parts to it. I didn't think it was like amazing.
Well, the thing is that if you watch if you watch it like this, you'll have a much better experience. Because like I'm about to connect some dots for you. If you watch Wakanda Forever and then you go let me see. So you have to watch WandaVision, and then you watch Wakanda Forever, and then you watch Ironheart, and then you go and watch Agatha All Along. Do you realize the type of strings I just connected for you?
Right, and you got yourself like a little bit. That's cool. I like that. Like, there's ways in the MCU to do like little.
Let me clarify. Wanda started with Agatha Darkhold, right? And then we move forward to Wakanda Forever. They have a political war. Riri shows up. Ironheart happens like after she comes back. It's like a month or something after she comes back, right? So that's also like a year and a half after the events of WandaVision, which would mean the next thing that comes up is Agatha All Along. Agatha was trapped in the spell for a year and some change. She gets out, And then in that show, that's where you have Mephisto being mentioned, and you're like, that's the first time I've heard the name Mephisto. He was supposed to show up in actually on the time on the he was supposed to show up in WandaVision. On the timeline, Ironheart actually happens first, and then he's mentioned again in Agatha All Along a year later.
Right.
Which is wild.
Okay, fair enough.
So he's probably going to be an actual part. Do you think of Doomsday or Secret Wars?
No, not Doomsday or Secret Wars. Like what people don't understand is he's not Satan, but he's a Hell Lord. But he's a constant. He's a universal constant. So like Galactus,
always there.
He's always there. Whether the universe goes away or not, he's always there. Lucifer in the TV show alone, when CW was having his Christ on Infinite Earths, he was like, "Oh, the world's getting destroyed. Not my world. Here you go. Here's a card. Go back to your dimension." That's what he did. And that's the Lucifer show.
We got another question here for you too, Spike. Eternals. Where are the Eternals? Retro thought the film was boring. Thanos' brother and that god, forgot his name, who got the Gemma-chan. I'm not even sure. Black Knight. I wasn't about Eternals myself. I would have to rewatch it to really remember.
Yeah, it was okay for what it was.
They're not going to be. Eternals are in an inhuman spot right now. They're not going to. They'll be mentioned, maybe some references and stuff, but they're not going to be like directly impactful because the Eternals deal with the cosmic side of things. So I wouldn't expect them to show up like the Guardians or Nova until we kick into the cosmic saga, because they're all space Power Rangers. Okay.
Right. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. No, I get it, because it's like they're like divine beings. They can't enter in the world. I mean, enter in world things unless if like a divine divine happens, something like that.
Exactly. So even if you don't like Eternals, go watch my stuff. I dropped a video like explaining why the Eternals were not in the Battle of Endgame, because everyone's like, why weren't they there? Because of their rules that are embedded to them by
rules. They can't do it.
They cannot interfere with any human things unless deviants are involved. And someone's like, Thanos is a deviant. In the comics, it's explained that Thanos is a deviant. In the MCU, Thanos walks up and just runs shit. So there's your difference.
Okay. What was my Black Knight. So what I assume Black Knight was going to be like in the Blade movie, because he like goes for that sword finally, and then you hear Blade's voice for the first time, which we didn't even know at the time, right? Like I feel like you had to look that up to even really know it, because it's like, how do we know this dude's voice if we haven't even seen him yet? You know what I mean? But
back in 2022,
is there plans?
Well, back in 2022, Marvel actually copywrote the title for Black Knight. It was Black Knight Origins. It was going to be an origin film. They're still going to do it, but it's not going to be now. And Black Knight was really introduced during the Marvel Knights run, which is when, like, you know, everyone had their like darker, more gritty kind of DC version of like what Marvel would be, you know,
right?
A more mature Ghost Rider, things like that, and they get into really dark stories.
Okay. I feel like they at this point they would probably just throw Black Knight into Midnight Suns. Is there actually a Midnight Suns like movie being worked on? Or
I don't know if it's a movie, but this says something.
The movie is being written, but right now Midnight Suns and the X-Men script, it's in a very weird place right now. Like it's all over the place.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the game was a success, isn't it? So they said
who's the director for X-Men?
Jeff Schaefer, the same guy that directed Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts.
Oh, right. How do you feel about that? Are you a Thunderbolts fan?
Yeah, hell yeah. Thunderbolts was dope.
Okay. I need to give it a rewatch, dude.
Thunderbolts is one of the better, easier rewatches.
Yeah, literally, it is so good.
It's an enjoyable movie.
Why don't we try to get away from Marvel a little bit? I'm sure that we're gonna keep dipping back into it as we go, but so let's talk The Boys.
Oh, The Boys.
The Boys.
Because The Boys has been popping off, I think. You know, it's been like final season. I was so worried about it with the reviews that they were doing before it actually even dropped. And everybody was like, there's not enough this, not enough that, not that good. I don't know. Like they got to see episodes 1 through 7, everything but the finale, and did a review based off of that. And it made me very weary. You know, Eric Kirkby is like making statements that he's worried about how fans are going to react to it and everything. And personally, I have really been liking the final season of The Boys. They're just still delivering what I want out of the show. I think season 4 is kind of the low point of the show. And like we're going right back into it. Like, there's some complaints. How do you guys feel so far?
I think season 5 has been really good, and I think all the complaints about, like, I think The Boys is a show that you can criticize in certain aspects, but I think people are criticizing the wrong things simply because they just don't get it. They're like, I feel like The Boys is, it's not even that it's too smart of a show, but people are so used to seeing things with superheroes being the same, like big battle, big fights, while The Boys is a deconstruction of the superhero like media and how they would actually work realistically. And because, like, I think people are upset that the season finale of The Boys, not every episode is like a big confrontation every time.
Yeah.
And they're like, don't they, like, every time I see a complaint, it's like, don't they know that this is the finale? And it's like, yeah, they do know that it's the finale, that they're writing it. And, like, even though it's the finale, characters can still be developing and having their own specific arcs happening. Like, I really liked episode, I believe it was 4, where, you know, Starlight reunited with her dad. And then, and her, like, half brother, like, called the Homelanders on her. But, like, it was a good conversation and a good point, a good arc for Starlight, because with everything else that's happening, we can actually just, like, take the time and, like, slow down and focus on the characters individually. And then episode 5, even though I will say it was a little too much of Soldier Boy, as much as I do like him as a character, and Jensen Ackles always good, and he'll be getting his own Vought Rising prequel show anyway, so we'll be seeing a lot more of him. But like, I still think episode 5 was really good because, like, The Boys, even though it's known as like a super kind of edgy thing, it uses its humor to still show the smart symbolism in its writing. Like, with the whole Butcher's dog terror, where he's having dreams of Homelander, and even though that's so, even though at like face value that is so ridiculous, and you're just kind of appalled at the same time, it actually shows of how, you know, Butcher has become, since season 1, we know Butcher wants revenge on Homelander, and it's like it literally has consumed him. And Terror, his dog, after leaving Ryan and Becca dying, Terror, his dog, is like his last safe space for his innocence. But even then, his dog, with having dreams of Homelander, shows that Butcher's obsession with the revenge is even corrupting his last safe space. And I think people just don't give proper credit to The Boys, like, writing, and then they just kind of scoff it off.
I think part of the problem is, like, so it's a superhero show, and like people are expecting all these big fights, or like, you know, like, that's never what The Boys was, though. You know what I mean?
No.
Like,
and even when they had fights, it was very like slapping each other, and not really like what you would expect from like an MCU or a DCU movie.
I feel like
again, these superheroes they're not actually trained. They're celebrities, or more so actors than actual superheroes.
That's what it's really about, is celebrity. You know, like, is about people with power, people with money that can get away with whatever they want to, people with these public images, right? I saw a very good theory about, like, I really like the dynamic between Soldier Boy and Homelander. And even though it feels, like, we had no Soldier Boy in season 4, and now we're like, we got so much in season 5. It feels almost like a little too reliant on it, right? But because he's such a fan favorite character. But I think it totally makes sense at the same time and works, right? But like, Soldier Boy is this, like, the older version of, like, society, where we used to not care so much what people thought about us, right? There wasn't the internet looming over us all, like this constant public image, right? While Homelander is exactly that, you know, where he cares about the likes, he cares what people think about him, he wants to be loved, he needs to be loved, right? And Soldier Boy could give a shit who loves him. You know, like, he's just going to be him and be authentic, right? And it's like, I feel like there's a great lens there, too, because the show does such a good job of making symbolism and metaphors of everything going on with society in general. right? But like then it even takes it to like, okay, like here's these horrible people that are celebrities and everything, but there's like even a deeper message inside of that of what like the media and the internet has done to us as a society, right? And like because you have this character from the past, this character that lives with us now, you know what I mean? Like they take that Captain America dynamic and do beautiful things with it. I like way more than the MCU does with Captain America, you know.
Yeah.
As much as I love Cap and Chris Evans and all that, you know. And it's funny because like watching Daredevil after being so into Invincible and the Boys, it just like it feels nice sometimes to be back to your mainstay superhero world. Yeah, I guess. Because like there's all these different takes and stuff, and just like something about Marvel feels more like home. Something about DC feels more like home compared to all these other things. You know, just they've been around since we were kids. So
yeah, you're right. The Flash is one of the best DC movies ever made.
Yeah,
but
the Flash was
like
better
home,
than I thought. Better than I thought it would be. For me, Marvel's more home than DC. I'll say that. I'm not.
Yes.
Not everyone feels that.
I feel
way,
bad for her though. I'm not gonna lie. Her firecracker, man. I feel so bad. I was like,
oh my god,
man.
I was like, why'd you do that?
I knew she was gonna die.
She literally lied and betrayed her whole like people just for him to do that, bro. I was like, yo, I didn't like you before, but now you're like Cersei Lannister. I don't like you.
I love what they did with her story, though, of this person selling out their soul of everything that they believe in and what happens to them in the end and how it wasn't worth it at all. You know what I mean?
No, it's
like,
poetry. It's poetry in motion for sure.
Oh yeah,
but
I loved it. Even Cersei, like, mad people will not agree with me on this, even hate me for saying it, but I don't like that they made Cersei like die the way they did necessarily, but I just like the whole.
What do you mean died, bro? Cersei was keeping it in the family, bro. Come on now.
No, there's a seriously like dark, like poetic story essentially of like the incestual love of like, you know, Jaime goes back to her even though he's already found another life for himself. You know what I mean? Because he can't keep himself from like the person he truly feels he loves, even if it is his own sister. And it's like it's that George R.R. Martin like just dark, twisted love story. You know, like and I appreciate the shit out of it for that. And like they die together in the rocks. Like sure, Cersei,
it was like I said, bro, poetic, but still, I was just like, no, her character, she's like freaking who's the other one? Sansa. Everything that Sansa did, or Sansa, however you say her name, everything she did, you're like, why are you even breathing right now? Like bro, she turned on her sister in the beginning in like season 2, and then after that she gets with what's the dude, the Battle of the Bastards, that dude Bolton.
After
she gets
that was briefly though.
Like,
no. Yeah. Oh yeah.
She gets with him. She knows he's bad, but it takes for her to see the dogs for her to be like, oh my god, this is probably not a good idea.
Didn't he? I swear he awed her as well. That's the thing about it, like.
Yeah, no, he was weird. He was just weird.
He was a weirdo, bro. Like what he did to Thingy, what's his name? With his bull. Oh my gosh, that was mad. But yeah.
Nah, Joffrey was crazy, and the books are insane too.
Oh, bro, listen.
The books are gnarly.
If I'm gonna get back on the boys though.
My fault. Sorry.
No worries. Love Game of Thrones. We got the new season of House of Dragons coming out soon too, so that'll be cool.
Oh man, I fell off of House of Dragons like halfway through season 1.
Dude,
I got bored. Dude. They should have started. If they started,
it's a tough one, isn't it? It's a tough one, man. It's because it seems like it does have some good aspects to it, but it's a tough one.
No, but if they started off with like for House of Dragons, if they started off with that first and then they did Game of Thrones, oh my god, cinema.
Yeah, I mean, if they could nail it like that with the right writers and everything, you know, those original showrunners are what made that show so good, I believe. I think it's a real shame that they abandoned it so they could go do Star Wars and then lose the Star Wars project because of abandoning it.
It's ridiculous.
It's like, you know what? Star Wars, put your pride away. I think you need those guys to write you a show because they will do a damn good job. Like, regardless of how the show ended, it's an amazing show up to that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
pretty much.
Yeah, like take it, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
I just want to say though, bro, like fucking, I like in the boys, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I like to do the backstabbing. Backstabbing is really top tier in the boys, bro. It's like high school on steroids.
No, the boys. It's a great drama, really. You know, like it takes those elements and it puts them into a
Yeah.
superhuman like light, essentially, right? It's just
Yeah, no. I might say something controversial about not so much about the boys, but how I think it mirrors DC a little bit because
oh yeah,
a lot of people are talking about evil Superman, and you know what group of people I'm talking about in DC, right?
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah. My thing is, if you want evil Superman, you gotta just watch the boys. That's how I see it. If you want evil
Right.
Superman, breaking rules, all this and that, just doing or whatever, watch the boys. But when it comes to actual DC, I want a hopeful Superman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Sure.
No,
Oh
but
yeah.
that's
bro,
just
I
how I
like the
feel.
boys though. How they had Kim. What's her? Yeah, Kimiko, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like how she's talking now. That shit's so funny.
Yeah.
Everyone talk like. Oh,
I
man,
just think she
beautiful.
talks like mad fast. It's kind of a little
Yeah, I
off-putting
think
at
because she
first.
knows,
Well, she's
because she said she
excited.
learned from TikTok, innit? So and all that. So yeah.
Yeah. She said I worked and I made it through stuff and I've been doing some work, and so I worked. Like, bro, what?
Honestly,
look at her. There she goes. She's like,
actually,
I gotta see.
in that way, it's kind of funny too, because it's like, she's never got to talk and now she's got so much to say.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's
Right?
true. Yeah, so it could be
Right.
that as well.
Bro,
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
honestly, dude, and I like what was it, the last episode before this one, where they were like inside of the house and they're like, well, fuck you. And she's like, shut up. And she's all like shitting on Frenchie, bro. That shit was so funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
my
No, I love that.
Yeah.
The last episode of The Boys where they all start hating each other because of the hate soup, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hate soup, yeah.
Right. I thought that was so good. We finally they
Mm.
gave us, and it made sense of how they did it. Like an episode where the boys all get mad at each other, like right before the finale and everything. Like I feel like the show kind of needed an episode like that in a way. When it comes,
Well, a lot of people will say that the finale of The Boys was a filler episode, and I was like, no, that's story building.
right, dude. This is what's so annoying about the season. Is like people keep expecting every episode to be this like blow the doors down episode where like half
I
the
think
cast
that's
gets
just the intention span of people. Like no one likes a good
They did
build-up
that.
no
And let me
more,
say,
so.
they did that in Gen V season 2, and
Yeah.
everybody was like, this show sucks.
Dude, Gen V season 2 is sick.
They canceled that,
Yes.
didn't they? Damn.
Yeah, they canceled season 3, and season 2 is
Yep.
so good, bro.
They just canceled it too. That's the
That's
bummer.
annoying.
And how they tied into The Boys too, with Slate and everything. I was like, okay. And then they keep making references in this season. Like, I'm happy I watched Gen V, all of it,
Me too.
and then like watched the new season of The Boys. It definitely paid off.
Oh yeah. No, I the whole like part of Gen V season 2, and I've been saying this for like months now, that it's totally worth a watch, specifically season 2 over 1. But you got to watch 1, right?
Yeah.
Dude, Frederick Vaught, just as a character in season 2, is so
Wild.
cool, man. Like, I absolutely love it. It gives you so much background on Vaught as a company and how it got started and everything. Like, so cool.
And it also plays it builds on the whole thing when they were experimenting and testing on Homelander and stuff. It truly does, because you're like, oh snap! Like when they were finding out about Godolkin, and then like really getting into the gritty, like, okay, we need to get down to like why this is happening like this. Like, okay, I was definitely with that.
I feel like we are definitely gonna get a Marie cameo at some point in this final season. Like
if they don't, I will be upset. I'm not gonna lie. I like Marie. She's one of my favorites. Marie Monroe.
I feel you, man. And like the way they built her up in that show, where she's this super important person. Like that. Oh, you could potentially beat Homelander. Do I think?
Yeah, bro. But it's like you got to admit, dog. Like, I'm sorry, bro. But you got to admit, bro. It's like it was about her, but in the show there was so many like points where like you could be like, okay, this girl, like the blonde girl that has psychic powers. I forget her name. But her, like, you see her story, and then you see the dude that's like Sentry. You see his story. It's like it really it develops. And then the girl that can grow, she goes from being like, oh, I just like don't take care of myself, to say it nicely, to I'm gonna have friends now.
Right. But like what her name? They had a project name for her, and it was like similar to Homelander, and it was like the only like that's how like Marie was so much more important, and like it was Frederick Vaught that kept telling her that, even though I don't want to give away spoilers and stuff too much,
I know.
But
I know, because as soon as you're done with that and you jump into the Boys season, like this season, it makes a lot of sense. It really does.
Oh yeah, no, I love it. And Sister Sage being in Gen V, it worked a lot too. Like I love that.
Yeah, I like Sister Sage. She's a badass.
Dude,
she's dope.
great.
She's dope. She's dope, man. Definitely.
And now we'll see what happens. She claims she's like trying to just kill everybody on the planet now, so so she can just have peace and quiet and read.
I'm gonna be
funny.
honest with you. I don't think that's true. I think she got a plan on top of a plan. I'm not gonna lie,
Yep.
because she told her.
I think so
Why
too.
would you tell somebody where your like ace in the hole is when you're as smart as you are?
Right.
With
No,
someone
yeah,
that can read minds on top of that too. Like, come on.
Sure. No, that makes sense.
Looking like
I can see
Voldemort.
that. People are just going to start turning on each other, essentially. Like, similar to what Soldier Boy just did to Firecracker, where he
Yeah.
told Homelander. Like, I think people are going to start really, like, sides are being chosen. Some people are on the fence, and the ones on the fence are going to...
Look at Black Noir. Look at the new Black Noir. Fam.
Yeah,
he
Black
wants to
Noir,
be.
yeah,
He's doing this active
I
thing and now,
know.
like, yeah.
Black Noir got treated like shit the whole time, and he's actually a good dude. Like, I was like, damn, bro.
What was it? In the newest episode, I don't know.
A lot to digest, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
If they did a boys movie, that shit would be so good.
Oh, I would love that, man. I'm all about it.
Yeah.
Any boys content. I wish they did a Diabolical season 2. That would have been nice.
Diabolical is good.
Yeah, I loved it. And they even had a canon episode for the finale. Like, that's cool.
Oh, it is canon to the.
Yeah, the last one that's just like about Homelander on his first mission.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then I got.
No,
Well, I got something to watch today.
There you go. Yeah, I can't wait for the next one, man. Like, I just want to see how this series wraps up so bad because it's just been so good so far.
Yeah, but okay. So after the boys, after Invincible, the boys, and Daredevil, we got what? Anything for DC?
For DC,
Lanterns.
Lanterns.
Supergirl.
Supergirl.
I'm actually excited for that. I really want to see that.
And then Clayface later on.
I hope it's good, man. I think it will. I feel like it's going to be better than Superman, to be honest. Like,
so too. No lie, I think so too.
Yeah, Superman just didn't quite hit for me. I don't know. Like, it was good, and it checked all the boxes, you know? But the one, it just didn't make me feel emotional. Like, the way...
I was gonna say, because you've seen all of the good parts in the trailers. Like, they need to start letting me edit these damn trailers or some shit. Like, okay, Brave New World. You don't put the top point of the movie in the trailer. You're gonna fight Red Hulk. No, you make it like the leader is the guy doing everything. You show us all the scenes of him because we already know he's there, and then you give us Red Hulk at the end. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Basically.
With Supergirl, you show a little bit of Lobo, but you don't show him doing a whole scene. I don't care. You do not show him doing a whole scene because now you just gave us. Now I'm just like, okay, I get it, but I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go watch it in theater because it's Supergirl. But like, if I had a choice, I'd be like, nah, I'd probably stay at home and wait. You know, that movie's gonna be everywhere. So
yeah, no doubts. I always see the new superhero flicks in theaters. I feel like I have to at this point. It's like, it's just like, here comes the new one. All right, we gotta go.
That's when you hit. Watch Toby in theaters. Got to watch this one.
Yeah, pretty much. So, unless you guys have some final thoughts on the boys.
Excited for it. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I'm going to see what happens next, man. Because like they said, everything's...
Oh, that's one thing I was going to say. So, I thought it was really cool how this episode was called One Shots. Like, comic kind of reference, you know, oh, here's some one shots about like lesser characters. That's kind of what I was expecting out of it, especially the way it starts. It's like, all right, Firecracker, then Black Noir, and then it ends with Soldier Boy, which I was like, all right, well, I thought it was gonna do the deep next, but all right, we can.
I feel like the next episode will be deep focus.
No, I'm not about the deep. I'm sick and tired of him. No.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like the deep. It's either the deep will just stay surviving how he is, or he's gonna die at some point. Like, dude, like, honestly,
Jeez, bro. No. There was one thing for marketing that was so far. Like, the boys' marketing is off the chain, bro. Deep thoughts with the deep is one of the best things.
Yeah, no, for real. I can't. It's actually jokes. Like, what he does.
Deep thoughts with the deep. Be some shit like, oh, if you feel dead inside, go sit in the living room. Like, bro, what? Deep thoughts. Like, bro, what the?
That's great. I love that.
Yeah, the voice is great.
So we also got Invincible. Ooh. And Invincible was great. Season's already over.
Yep.
But I absolutely loved it. I thought it was a great season. And what did you guys think?
Yeah, definitely. I thought Invincible was really good, man. Like the stakes got even higher in this season, and I feel like we finally got to see like like Rag was
Mark, take a night off.
he was on some
We don't get
BS,
to
man.
take-
Like, he was on some real BS. Like the moment he just entered, like from even before his planet just blew up and everything, like him and Omni Man, and then once it finally gets to like the end of seeing the planet blow up, and then Mark is there going back to Earth, and then he's saying to him, I'm not going to do anything because my people are here. They're on the planet, about to impregnate the next generation of Butch. I was like, no, this guy is evil, but hey, like, what can you do now? So,
Yeah, no, the ending of season 4 was mad good. Thrag and the Viltrumites are on Earth now, and there's nothing Mark can do simply because Mark cannot beat them. You know, like if Mark could fight them and actually win, he would. So, and then we get that clip at the very, very end. That's Alan the alien reading the last video from Thaddeus, and
Yeah.
it is that like he perfected the Viltrumite virus
Mm.
and to release it at no matter what. Like, don't let anybody stop you. It'll
Yeah.
kill. Would it kill all of the humans or like most of them essentially? Something along those
something
lines.
along those lines. About I think it will kill. No, it should kill all the Viltrumites. I think even if you
Oh,
even
all the
it might
Viltrumites.
affect, pretty much. Like
No,
it
no,
should.
for sure. I was wondering the humans. You know what I mean? Like
I don't think it's humans, but I think because Mark and Thing are half, it's gonna be a weird one. That's the tricky part now.
That's
So,
true. Yeah, I didn't think about that. But I think what he says is that it'll kill most of humanity, if not all. Right. So it's just like is Alan gonna release it? Like the Invincible Versus game just came out, right? And I don't know if this is actually canon to the story
yeah,
because there is its own story in it, right? That's set in the Invincible universe. That's all it says. I don't know if it's confirmed canon, but the technicians, I believe that's their name. That or it's the mechanics. I can't remember, but if you remember them from Angstrom Levy and how they help him rebuild after he gets
yeah,
like basically killed, it's those guys, and they're in the
okay,
game. And I'm wondering, like, will they have a bigger part to play now with like the rest of the story? Because those are characters I didn't think about that are incredibly powerful, right? With like what they create and what they do that are kind of just in the background of the story. Like I feel like there's a bunch of things that they could still kind of pull on. Like look at where's the Utopans, right? Like Alan the alien. Like where is his species? He's super
yeah.
strong. Is there not more like him? Like I feel like there's still a few things that they can pull on.
Yeah,
For
they
season
haven't
5.
explained about Alan's species. Yeah, that's what I was thinking because I'm sure nothing happened to his planet, so I'm sure there'll be more of them. Like
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm right now I'm like Invincible crazy. I can't stop playing Invincible Versus. I'm like completely addicted to it. I just want to rank higher
I'll
and
have to get it
higher.
at some point. How much is it? How much does it cost? The game?
It's 50, but then it's 20 for the deluxe upgrade that gives you like the season pass or whatever for all the characters coming
Okay.
out for the first year, I think. Yeah, so I snagged. There's so many characters they can add to Invincible Versus that I'm here for it. Like, there's already 18 characters at launch, and there's a ton on the way. So Immortal's coming soon. I know that. And yeah, man, I've never taken the time to learn combos for fighting games. Like I've always just like kind of gone off the mechanics, learning how to block, do my supers, all that kind of stuff, and like kind of wing it as I go. But with this, I'm finally starting to learn some combos, man.
Yeah,
It's
because I
time.
think it's interesting too. That's why I feel like any type of fighting game, like for example, like obviously I love like Dragon Ball Z, so like immediately when it comes to like Sparking Zero, I will learn like everything about it, like if I have to. So you know what I mean? So I guess just that's what it is, I think.
Right. Yeah, this plays a little bit like fight.
Have you?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, go on.
I was just gonna say this plays kind of like Dragon Ball Fighters, but what were you gonna say?
Well, I was actually gonna say that because in Dragon Ball Fighters, the new update with Gogeta Daima is actually like I haven't played it yet, but I might touch it today.
Oh, okay.
But like that got an upgrade too.
Yeah, no, I saw that. New
PS4.
characters still getting out of that game, which is crazy because their next game is about to come out, the Marvel Token, Fighting Souls.
Yeah.
Bro, well, my God, that game is that was one of the best fighting games I've ever played.
Oh, you got to try
and that
it?
was the big. Yeah, huh?
You got to try it out?
Yeah, I was on the list for the beta release, so I took advantage of that, gave them a little review. That's why they put magic in the game. I told them to put in Blade, Devil, Elektra, Moon Knight, Deadpool. Who else would be dope in that game? I think Wolverine, which they added already.
Yep.
And I think a couple other characters, but like those ones, if you see like those characters that I said pop up, bro, that was because of me. I promise you, because the fight system and the mechanics for it is similar again to Dragon Ball Fighters. How you can there's 4 switch out characters. I don't know how Invincible Versus is. I haven't played it yet.
It's similar.
Okay.
Is it fast? I've seen stuff on it.
Oh, it's fast. It's definitely fast paced. It's not quite like Fighters though, where it's just like fluid as hell. It really does have some like.
Well, Fighters has like updates Tuesdays. Every Tuesdays at 6, it'll have an hour update or the weekly maintenance that it has.
Right.
It'll be at 7. So like if that game has that, are there lobbies in the game?
Yeah, I mean, there's lobbies. You can create lobbies, host lobbies, join lobbies, all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, again, I haven't played it yet, so we'll see. And I haven't really seen stuff on spoil it.
I just like these fighting games coming out this year are so much more for me. Like last year, or not last year, actually, 2024. That's when we had another big year on fighting games. It was Tekken 8 came out early in the year, and then Street Fighter 6 came out. And I think there is even one more. Maybe it was just Sparking Zero. But yeah. So there was a ton. Sparking Zero, I played the hell out of. But for me, it's like the IP is what really drags me in. And I've never been a big Tekken or Street Fighter guy. I think they're great. Like I did grow up with Tekken, but they just don't have like this place of love in my heart the way that, like Invincible or Marvel or the Avatar fighting game coming out this year as well. Like I can't wait for those. Man.
And then it's not just Avatar. Injustice 3 is in development. Xenoverse 3 is in development. They got a new Final Fantasy game coming out.
Apparently, I don't know if Injustice 3. I think they said it's. I don't know if they said apparently it might not be Injustice 3 or something. I don't know. It might be a different type of DC.
It's under a different title. It's under like a project title or something.
It's project title. It might be Injustice 3, but who knows?
Yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, Invincible has been great. The game's awesome. Been loving it. If you haven't watched it, you should totally watch it. It's a great show. It like takes every superhero trope that you know and gives it like its own spin essentially. Like it's just awesome. Love it. Creative names. Like I feel like in Marvel and DC we're at a point where it's like, man, they never make like new characters that stand out. Like who would they even make at this point? But Invincible finds a way, man. They're creative. And they do come up with characters that it's like Marvel or DC never did something like this, or like they did do something like this, and it still feels kind of new and its own thing with creative name. It doesn't just feel like a ripoff necessarily. Like it does feel like it has its own identity, And I love that about it a lot. It really feels like a live universe. So, what else do we got? You guys want to talk about Maul?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah, I'm not caught up on it actually. I'm a few episodes behind, so it's on you guys.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. I won't really spoil it anyway. But so far, I think what happened this episode was it 7 and 8? Yeah. So right now, so what episodes are you guys on at the moment?
I'm all caught up.
I'm on episode like 2 or 3. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, dude, I'm behind too. I'm like 3, 4.
Yeah, okay, cool. Nah, to be fair, these last 2 episodes have been really good. I can't lie. Like, we basically saw like what we saw in the trailer in terms of fighting, but it's actually really good, and We see that, and then obviously we're still obviously we get to understand what's his name, the captain a little bit more, him and his son, and then obviously the relationship they have, and then what they're going through during this time. Because obviously right now it's like an awkward time right now for them, because they're I won't spoil too much, but they're basically like on the run. But you'll get there when you get there, innit? You know what I mean? So
Gotcha.
then, like, obviously, Maul is like, I see people complaining about talking about, oh, why is Maul like basically just like, why is Maul like, they feel like he's nerfed, but I feel like Maul was always set up for failure anyway. Like, he's not meant to win at everything, which is why he died in Rebels. Like, he was supposed to, every time he works on a plan, it's always going to fail, just because of the fact that whoever is the Jedi, Palpatine, whatever, that's how Maul has been set up. Like, we love that team triumph, but it still doesn't always work out to his plan. Obviously, the two Jedi that are in it as well, they're doing good. They're helping right now. They're helping the captain so far right now, and they're just. I think that whole there's a lot of teaming up that you don't expect, but you're gonna see it basically. So yeah.
Is it full of lightsaber fights? Because I feel like it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's got to be, right? Like that's
7 and 8,
like
definitely.
4 to, I would say this episode 4 to 8 has been a lot more lightsaber fights than we've seen. That's what I can say, really. Lightsaber fights have been real good.
That's what you want to see, is just Maul cutting people down, right?
Mhm.
Like, here we go. Have you gotten a lot of Jedi in it?
Except for the
Jedi?
two that's in it, no. It's just
No.
it's just been
It's
those.
Right, because you're Order 66, anyways, right? Like, yeah.
It's Inquisitor
right.
focused.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense, right? And I don't want Disney adding too many Jedi, anyways, right? Like, that's the whole.
There's no point. There's no point. You know what I mean? It's already a tough time as it is anyway. So there's no point to add more.
I totally expect what I think is going to happen is that the master with Devin, who's the girl Jedi, I totally see her master dying some way, and then Maul taking her in, because he's already been kind of calling her his apprentice.
Yeah.
So I think he's gonna, some way, the Jedi Master's gonna die, and then he's gonna exploit that to turn her into the dark side, and have that kind of what everyone's expecting, that Talon kind of feel to the character.
I feel
that. But I would say definitely the Inquisitors that show up have been one of the biggest highlights in the show. And like, there's a big moment where I would say in the last episode, there's a big moment with Maul where he is seeing, visions of his past life. We get to see moments of him with, I don't want to give too much, but essentially how he began his journey and how he got up to where he is now. And I thought that was a really nice touch. And again, like, a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people complaints about like Maul's not strong enough, but like they haven't made him weak. I don't think that's true at all. I think, again, he's not, because if they made him too OP, then that would be also bad. And I think they have a nice middle ground for Maul, where he has his strength and he has his weaknesses, and they show that very well in the show.
I feel like I could be wrong. I'm not caught up. I'm not as, like, with it when it comes to Clone Wars, Rebels, Maul. Like, could it be that Darth Maul, like, when he was actually a Sith, because he's not a Sith anymore, right? Like, he was more powerful because he's tapped into the dark side. Like,
he has all the hate.
Right, exactly. I would imagine and like he had Palpatine over him and everything. Like, now he is kind of like his own thing more than anything.
I will
right?
say, based on what happens in the latest episode, and once you watch it, you'll understand. But I think I agree with the point where, like, he's not a Sith anymore, so the hate is gone, so he kind of loses his power in that way. But then with what happens in the last episode, he finds like a new form of hatred, and I think we'll see that get stronger in a different way in the next episodes. And I think they're already working on season 2, so we'll definitely see more
Cool.
Maul.
Yeah. 2 already got confirmed, right? Like, so yeah, that's cool. I hope that do we know how many episodes there's going to be? I kind of hope it's not just like an 8, like
I
some of
don't.
these things are now.
Ooh, I mean, 8's already out, right? Yeah, 8 was the latest.
Yeah, so you'd probably already know. They would have told us if it were the final.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
I hope
no, it
they,
was not the final. I think we're getting 9 and 10, and then I don't know if 10's the last though.
I hope it goes
I-
over 10.
I hope so too. We need to get. I'm sick of the 8 episode thing. We need to go
Same.
back to like. We need to go back to like 13 or 22 episodes. I don't care. Like
Right.
it
I
hurts.
feel that.
Hold on.
There's so many shows. There's so many shows that do well with the 8 episode count, and I think they're great. But sometimes though, it can hurt the show and its storytelling with it being in a shortened time.
Yeah.
And that's why we
sometimes.
need longer. Yeah, it's just sometimes.
What were you going to say, Spike?
All right, the final
Oh.
episode are episodes 9 and 10 on May 4th, which is Star Wars Day.
Makes sense. Okay. So those are the final.
Apparently,
All right.
as of now.
That's all right. At least 10. At least 10, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Right. I'll take 10. I'll take 10.
right. I love it. What else do we have coming out with Star Wars? Anything else this year?
There has been some talks about Ahsoka season 2, of course, some trailer dropping for that, and a cinematic trailer for Jedi 3, and right now the supposed title is Jedi Fallen Knight. And but I'm not so sure. And an announcement for a Luke Skywalker animated show. But that's
okay.
all been
I'd be about
like
that.
talk. Not really.
I actually do know that they just dropped the release date for the Star Wars Racer coming out. I forgot.
Right. The
Galactic Racer?
Yeah, Galactic Racer. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's gonna be October 6th, I believe. So
Okay.
yeah, can't wait. I can't wait. And it's I've heard this before, but I forgot about it. It's the people who made Burnout.
The game?
Yes.
Burnout.
Yeah, dude. Like, I'm not sure which Burnout games, but just Burnout in general. Like, yes, give me that.
Oh, yeah.
That means they're actually gonna break down during the races. Like, yes, I want that. Arcade racers have died, and it's so sad. Like, the only thing we ever get anymore is the occasional Need for Speed. Forza Horizon's kind of an arcade game. It's ish, not really that arcadey though. At the same time,
Yeah.
But it'll be nice, man. I think that this Star Wars Racer game is gonna like.
Yeah, that race is gonna be wicked, man. Honestly.
Oh yeah, can't wait. The release date's October 6th, Chris. They just gave a real announcement.
Yeah, I see. That's good. That's gonna be good.
Pretty awesome. Unless you guys have final thoughts on Maul, Shadow Lord.
Yeah, I think I'm just expecting like the next big thing now, really, because we've been seeing a lot of good moments. So yeah, these next 2 episodes should be interesting.
All right, cool. Well, let's stay on the fictional IP world here of superhero-ish. Like, I feel like Star Wars is almost like superheroes, but
Fictional IP world.
yeah, pretty much. It's like everything we talk about, though, really. So, what do you guys think about the Clayface trailer?
I think it was really good. I'm just excited for more superhero stuff that leans into like a subgenre where like, yes, this is a comic book movie, but it's also a horror movie as well. So I'm a big fan for that. Also, it's a body horror, so I'm hoping it's like The Substance, but Clayface.
No,
I mean, it looks really good.
I'm all about it. I love horror movies in general. Clayface, like I do think it's a little weird how, you know, this when you watch this, you can't help but think like, is this in the Matt Reeves like the Batman universe? Because it completely feels like it is. Like,
yeah, it feels like it. Because I mean, it feels like it's got that feel, doesn't it? So
it does. It makes you think.
Like, yeah, it does. Right?
But
it makes you think that maybe Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
Maybe Robert Pattinson's actually going to be Batman. That's what I think. All right. Like,
I mean, if that's
they
what
might
happens,
just do the merger.
If that's what happens, I'm okay with it. You know what I mean? I'm just like, well, I mean, like people will say they want an older Batman and all this and that, but I'm thinking like we kind of want somebody to last a while in this series, especially for like the Justice League movie and stuff. So like, if we get old, I'm not saying we can't have an older Batman like per se, but I'm just saying if we need someone to last a little bit longer, why not? Can't it be Robert Pattinson? I feel like his Batman and Superman, David Corenswet's Superman, kind of coincide because Superman's the hopeful guy, Batman's realistic and dark way it is. So like, it kind of makes sense if they were together.
Right. And I think Robert Pattinson would even, grow into the role better and better, right? I get the idea, like, they want that optimistic Batman for the DCU, at least in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
To really make it feel like its own thing compared to the Matt Reeves universe or Elseworlds, right? But I'm all here for it. Like, just merge them. I don't even care. Like, we've been saying who's going to be Batman forever now. Like, I'm so sick of hearing about it that just either tell us who it is or make it Robert Pattinson. I don't care. Just do something about it.
I mean, he did a good enough job, so I don't see why not. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, the only thing people can say is like, oh, he's not going to beef up for the role. But I'm thinking, I get it, but at the same time, Batman is not supposed. Like, Batman's always been built. Don't get me wrong, but he's not crazily hench like he's absolute Batman, bro. Like, it's, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's just like,
and it doesn't need to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just like it's one of the best DC movies, I think. And one of the best Batman movies. Like, just take it and let it be part of it. That's
might as well.
That's how
I say
feel.
this like him and Corenswet, they're both in their 30s. I think it just makes sense for them to be it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They're
Let
like
them grow for a little
similar
bit.
age. They could both you could almost make the joke of putting like Robert in the Superman suit and putting David in the Batman suit in like that one episode of the animated series where nobody knew that they had switched places. Like, that'd be kind of funny if they did something like that. Like, because they're two not really fully similar, but like you could probably pull something off if you like gave Robert Pattinson a dye job on his hair or whatever, and like made him like look like Superman. I just think they're two good castings, and why not throw them together? Like, they want DC to be so thematic, right? Like every character to feel the way it's supposed to. Like the Super family has the hopeful vibes of this and that, or like Supergirl's going more for truth over hopeful, right? But like, make the Batman family like dark as hell. Make them thematic. Why not? Like, I as much as I'd love to see the optimistic Batman in film and like see him turn into the Dark Knight, essentially, right? Like,
I mean,
I'm still cool with this. I will stand.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, Batman wasn't always optimistic even as the Justice League leader. He wasn't always that. That's the thing. So
no, I'm still here for it. Like, if you want to do the story of it, like, cool. But I don't need it. If you just want to start dark. What's that, Spike?
No, I'm just repeating what you said. You're like, I don't need it.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Sorry. Every time, like, when you just like try to say a quick little thing, I feel like you break up real quick. So that's a lot of why I've been like, what are you saying over there? But yeah, so we got the Clayface. It looks awesome. I can't wait. Apparently, we're supposed to get the Batman reveal or a silhouette or something, at least some kind of Batman reference in this movie. We'll see if that actually happens. It's supposed to come out like a week before Christmas, Halloween. So that'll be, I think it's great timing on the release date.
That's dope. Yeah.
Love that. Because like, I feel like so many things, like at least video games, they come out like too close to Halloween, and like, I don't know, like they come out the day of Halloween or something. It's like the day after Halloween, it's already like, October's over now, man. So I don't know. For a movie a week before it, I think it's perfect. We also have the Resident Evil movie to talk about. So
let's get into that, man. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. This movie, I mean, just another horror movie essentially, right? But like, it looks amazing just as much as freaking Clayface, if not better. I think honestly it does kind of look better. But it's like way you got to watch the trailer yourself, right? But I think this is like one of the most promising looking Resident Evil trailers that we have ever had.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like people are complaining about that as well, and I'm thinking like, look, like we've already tried the canon characters like
Right.
with films previously, and it didn't. Maybe the very first one it had a decent start, but even after 2 and 3, it didn't work. We had 6 films of Resident Evil, and it just didn't work at all. And that was canon characters. We've even had CGI. Then we had a recent live action that was the story wasn't where it needed to be either. So now I'm just at the point where it's like, as long if it's a new character, like Ethan, for example, Ethan was a new character in the games, and it was a
Yeah.
whole different story. So like, if that can work, this can work too. And it's based on Resident. It's based around the time of Resident Evil 2. So I'm looking, hey, well, as long as they can make it original and make it feel like Resident Evil, I'm all on board with it.
Right.
Like, I'm tired of this whole like, canon characters. Like, it's disrespectful to the games. The games are still out there. If you want to get canon characters, go and play the video games.
Sure, I feel that. I think there could be a possibility of, hey, let's not do the canon characters. Let's do these side characters, these new made up characters. I'll tell my own story within the world of Resident Evil. It's coinciding with the events of Resident Evil 2, right? But it's its own thing, and let it have its own identity. Let him do his own thing. Like, let's watch him cook on this and then see, like, maybe we do give him a movie with canon characters. You know what I mean? Like, because if you get the audience behind you already with this without the canon characters, right? Like, if you then hear, oh yeah, Zach Krager is going to do another Resident Evil movie. This time we're going to see Leon. This time we're going to see Chris, whoever, right? You're going to be like, dude, fuck yeah. That first movie was so good that I can't wait to see what he's going to do going forward. You know what I mean? Like, that's a possibility. Who's to say it'll actually happen? You know, but like I thought about, like, gain the trust of the audience, essentially, right? If you can pop off with this lesser known character cast, then maybe, like, you know, you have that much
you know
juice
what I mean?
behind
Like,
it.
you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, we had the 2000 stuff, and it's just like, you know, like, we tried it, they tried it, it didn't work, you know, and then they tried to implement new characters into that, and it still didn't work. So like, hey, I'm on board with this, man, and it does feel like Raccoon City. It does feel like people were complaining about snow. I'm thinking, like, so it can't snow in Raccoon City? Like, now what's going on? Like, is it that bad? Are we that bad? Are we down bad that much that we can't have a snow in a city now?
People are making a huge mistake by shitting on it at all, I think, because like Barbarian Weapons, maybe you're not the biggest fan of those movies, but the vibe, like the tone, the way they're told, the storytelling ability in them, like this movie's gonna kill it,
man.
Yeah.
Man. So
No, this
I'm giving
movie
it
is
a
gonna,
chance, you know.
it's gonna kill it. I learned recently, I didn't know who Zach Krager was this whole time, and I don't know if you guys have ever heard of or watched The Whitest Kids You Know. It's it's a skit show from the early 2000s. Trevor Moore was the main guy in it. Zach Krager's like the number 2 in it. I never knew that, dude. It kind of blew my mind when I finally looked up a picture of this director, and I was like, that's that kid from The Whitest Kids You Know. Like, what, the silliest little sketch show. And he's the director of Resident Evil now. Like, crazy, man. Good for him. But I think it's gonna be amazing, man. I couldn't be more pumped. I love horror movies. Resident Evil and Clayface in the same year. IPs I love. Actually, Resident Evil, is that gonna come out this year? Do we know that?
September 18th of September. Oh, it's 18. Yeah, 18th of September. Yeah, they said this year.
So I'm pumped.
That's all right. So I mean, it's gonna be out for a good time just before Halloween as well. So you know.
Yeah. You guys got any thoughts, Kenna? You want to talk about Resident Evil?
Resident it's evil. I'm a newbie fan. I can't talk much about Resident Evil. I'm a fake fan. Never played the games.
You love
I watch videos. Though? I do love horror movies, and I do think this looks good. And I liked Weapons, but I also really liked Barbarian. So I think this movie will be good, and I think the director will do a solid job. And I also like how it is just like it's not a one-for-one adaptation of like a video game. Like obviously it's connected to the games, of course, but I think it's a really smart move that it's an original story, just set in the universe. Because then the people complaining about this, could you imagine the complaints about if like Leon was the main character, or like someone from the video game was the main character in this movie, or like
Yeah,
they
yeah.
were going for one? It would just be, I think it would be it
That's
would be
what,
way
yeah,
worse.
It would
exactly.
be.
That's what I'm
You're
saying.
right.
Yeah, but
The
you know what I'm
complaints would
saying.
be through the
Yeah.
roof,
Yeah.
probably, no
And
matter
the thing
how.
is, as well, it's like the games have already explained the stories so well for each character. So it's like, even if they did something for Chris or for Joe, for whoever, it's
Mhm.
like people gonna be like, but that didn't happen because in between the games, this happened. Da, da, da. It's like, so what do you want them to do then? You
Right,
want
it's like
like I'm not here to. I don't want them to recreate Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, bro. Like, we got the game that was fun as it is. Like, let them do something different and then
I
make it a
also
new
think
character.
when it comes to video game adaptations into movies, and
Mm,
like I've talked about this before, but like it's fun to see video games told through a different set of media, like a TV show or a movie. But I think what's so smart about what he's doing, where he is having a new character in the world rather than like doing Chris or like Ethan or whoever. It's because then I feel like if you keep making these movies based on video games, you lose like the video games are good because they are video games. Like the way,
mm,
like the form that they are in, that's what makes them good and special. And that's why I feel like you can't always accurately, or even just like do it well to adapt them into a different media, like a movie, like a film. And that's why you
mm,
get a lot of kind of like the complaints of like The Last of Us, or I mean Fallout did good, but here's the thing, that's again Fallout did the same thing where
Yep.
they took
yeah,
new characters, they made new characters and put it in the world of the games, and that's why it worked so well.
yeah.
And that's
Right.
why I think this movie will also be successful in its storytelling, because there's not that much, like the pressure's gone, but
Mm,
also it's because it's working in its media that it's in. And if
Right.
you really want, and again, my thing is like, if you really wanted to see these Resident Evil characters, well, then play the video games. They're right there for you. And that's what makes them good and special. And then that's why we get to see more creative freedom when it comes to the adaptations in these film format.
I
That's my
agree.
take.
No, I think it works better when it
mm,
exists in the same world 100% compared to
yeah.
like this is the canon take. You know what I
Mm,
mean? That's where all that
Mm-hmm.
pressure is just completely on there. People are complaining. People are complaining literally anyways. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like
No matter what's done, people will
right,
be
and
like, "Meh."
you take The Last of Us even that does try to be a one for one basically, right? And then like
Mhm.
yeah.
makes changes here and there. People can't, they're so caught up on those changes. Literally like the Frank and Bill episode. Yes, they
Yeah.
Best
changed
episode.
Bill.
Sorry. I think
Right,
it's the
but
best episode.
Yeah.
right, and it got on Emmy, I believe, right? Or it was
Mm-hmm.
Emmy nominated at least.
Yeah, we
I'm
know.
not
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
right.
But it made
And
sense because we didn't see that. We didn't see them two together as a story in the first game anyway, because he already died. So it's like, I kind of respect that he's alive. They had their relationship. Cool. We
right.
get to see what
You
happens.
got to
You
see
know
a
what I mean?
different side of it, but people
Yeah.
literally like shit their pants over it's different. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
You know
because
what I'm
Bill's
saying?
dead instead of still being alive. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Like, and it's fine. You know what I mean? Like, I let it be its own thing. You can, the game isn't going anywhere. It's
Right,
still over
exactly.
there. Yeah, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like enjoy that. It's fine. But
I also
it's just
think it's like
purist.
not just like film, but also like Resident Evil, I think it's working really well because it's in live action. But I also think there's some other video games where it's like, maybe this works better in animation instead of live
mm,
action. Like I
Yeah.
know that there's
Well,
talks of a Baldur's Gate TV show happening HBO Max. And a lot of people are like, they're a little hesitant
yeah,
about that.
right.
And I don't really blame them, but like my take on it personally is like, I feel like when it comes to Baldur's Gate, because that's such a very specific type of game, very choice,
mm,
like it's D&D,
mm.
essentially. It's hard for, yes, Castlevania is a great example for an
Yeah,
animated
Castlevania
show,
definitely. Yeah,
Right.
retro.
yeah,
But back to
definitely.
like with Baldur's Gate, it's like they're doing it in live action, I think, and I think that's hard because okay, are you gonna keep the same video game actors? Because if you try to get like that's where it gets messy, and I think
Right.
if but I
Existing
do
in the
think
world of
but I
Baldur's
think
Gate 3
Baldur's
would be
Gate
cool.
I think Baldur's Gate would work animated, and that's how you keep the mocap actors, because then it's their voices rather than getting
Right.
new people to play their characters.
Yeah.
That would work way better, I think, but who knows? We'll see.
You look at like Vox Machina or
Exactly, that's what
Mighty
I'm
Nine,
saying. Mighty Nine, exactly. D&D animation, it works so well, so why not do it for
right?
Baldur's Gate?
And then you have Dungeons and Dragons, the movie, which is live
Right.
action, which is like,
It
yeah,
was fine. I liked
okay.
it. I mean, it was okay. I liked I think the story was a bit boring, but I thought the visuals were good. But again, with the Dungeons and Dragon movie though, that's a whole new original, thing. While
Right.
Baldur's Gate is the TV show will be the adaptation of the video game. However, though, the TV is set after the ending of the game. So it's still a new story,
Okay.
but it's
That's
still a
better.
bit like
Is it? Do we know that it's about the main cast?
I think they've said the post is like, yeah, it still has the main cast of characters intact, but
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, I also know that there's a new book coming out for Baldur's Gate, specifically about Asterion, the vampire guy. So like, there's still
Okay.
gonna be a bunch of Baldur's Gate like things.
See, I could see Baldur's Gate as a good series. I could see that as like a good animated series, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I think that would.
But live
make total
action though,
sense.
I'm a little. But I think it's going to be live
Yeah.
action, so
gets the
that's why
money,
I'm a little
so that-
hesitant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think with the
game of
live
the
action,
year,
yeah,
they're like, we gotta do
it
this.
depends. I mean, because it's an RPG type of game, like I feel like anime is probably the best way because you get to expand on so much more.
Mm-hmm. It just translates better with the fantasy.
What's it saying?
Yeah, no. And then like, so Expedition 33, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like the game of the year 2 years later, right? That I feel like is baked into being a live action movie. You know,
Right.
like you could totally do it. It's almost there. It's so cinematic. So is Baldur's
Mhm.
Gate, right? But like it's harder to do just because of the
Mhm.
D&D element.
And again,
Right.
that's my take when it comes to these video game adaptations. Is like, I think some video games should just stay as the video games because that was how they were made. They were
We are
prepared
in the
in the-
era of video game adaptations.
I
They're
know, and I
becoming
know
bigger
they're
than
very
ever.
popular. And I'm not trying to be like, I'm not saying that I'm against adaptations of these video games, is because like I think there's totally some that I love. Like I liked Fallout. Now I'm blanking on other ones right now. I feel like I mean, but like they're like I do like them, and oh yeah, Iron Lung, that movie Markiplier made. I liked that. I thought that was good. But like there's just some video games, and again, I'm not trying. There's just some very specific video games where I'm like, this should just stay where it is as a
Yeah.
video game because this is the media that it was made for, the format, and that if you
So-
were to try to translate it, it wouldn't be working well. What?
You know what? So it's a game I want to talk about, but do you know what game could very well likely be made into a live action movie or show that just
What?
came out?
Oh my god.
Pragmata.
I
Well,
knew you were gonna
Pragmata.
say that, and actually, can I
Ooh.
say something? Because I was thinking about this as I was playing the game last night. I was thinking about that, and I'm gonna be honest. I would definitely watch a Pragmata thing, right? Show or a movie. I think it works better as a movie than a show. But I think it's one of those games where like the story just works better as the game, and I feel like you would. Because if you strip the gaming mechanics away from the story and put that in a movie, I don't think it would be. I don't think it would be as good. I think it would be very flat. The story would definitely be because a lot of people's critiques about Pragmata is the story is very simple, which isn't really necessarily a negative. I still think the story's good, but it's so simple that I think if you were to put it in a movie, unless you do something, unless you were to add something to make it more,
I
like
think
a
you'd have to.
change.
Like Iron
Right.
Lung, right, is the example of, we're mostly on this character right now. Like that's how that would be filmed if you went for it with that approach. But I feel like with Pragmata, there's also so much more lore building in the background that we don't get to see. that would be
Mhm.
really nice to do like an A and a B story, right? Where it's like, yeah, we're
Mhm.
moving forward with Hugh and Diana in our A story, but in B, we're seeing exactly how AI did what it did. And like, as we learn like the, most climactic moments of that with Hugh and Diana, we're seeing it in the B story, like at, you know what I mean? It's like corresponding to like the development of the plot, essentially, right? Like, I think that could be really cool.
Again,
Um,
again, I'm not like against it being like they should never do this because I definitely would watch it. I would definitely check it
sure,
out. But I think again, even with the A type the plot A and plot B storyline that you could do and that could work, but it would still be so I just feel
it'd
like
be
it wouldn't
hard,
really hit the same. It wouldn't hit the same, and that's why I think video games are special in their own right. Because
right?
you being the one actively playing helps you be more attached to these characters
For
compared to
sure,
watching them in a TV show or a movie.
right.
So
How do
that's
you
why I
get
think
sympathy?
right.
Where
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, video games, they don't need the audience's sympathy off the bat
Mm.
the way that a story does a lot of times, or it's a movie or a TV show. And it's like they're trying to pull your heartstrings, they're trying to get you emotionally invested in these people or in this story as fast as they can. They need to build up to that point so that you feel hooked in, right?
Mhm.
And a video game kind of hooks you in immediately just through the gameplay. You know what I
Right,
mean?
because
Like,
you're in the one in control. Like, yeah. And that's
no,
why
it makes
again I
it
think Pragmata in some other video games it's like they just work best. They worked real good in the video game sense and like it would be cool to see them be turned into other things, right? Or
Mm.
sequel like I think I would prefer like a sequel video game. I think that's another like the Jedi games is a good example. It's like okay, Fallen Order was good, but then Survivor that was really good. And then I think that's how
see,
you could progress the story.
I think these studios know that this is the direction of Hollywood as well, and they are purposely making games that could be adapted easily.
Right, that
Yeah.
You're
too.
right.
Mhm.
And Pragmata gives me that vibe. Jedi, Fallen Order, and
Oh,
Survivor both give me
Disney and
that vibe.
Star Wars? Yeah.
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 I mean,
It's
Yeah.
Disney's so
100%
hard
for
on
those.
that they're like, hey, what if we made Moana and we're already making a live action version of it? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, honestly.
with the same characters in it, or like
Who
the
from a
rocks in
butt?
it, like, yeah. But I could see, it's what everybody wants. You know what I mean? It's like Baldur's Gate 3 is kind of living the dream where it's like, it became game of the year. It's a game nobody kind of thought was gonna be game of the
Mm.
year. And just like destroyed expectations, made other developers feel bad about the effort that they put into
Mm.
things when they saw how much like other developers when Baldur's Gate 3 blew up as much as it did were like, don't expect this on a norm from other games. Because like there's so
But
much work in the cutscenes
yeah,
and
I mean,
choices.
even now, like there's what a Call of Duty movie that's supposed to be in the works now or something.
Oh, yeah,
So,
that's right.
Oh
I've
yeah,
heard about
and
that.
Battlefield.
man, Battlefield, you
Both of
see,
them.
yeah,
Yeah. So it's literally the era of these types of movies. Like, superhero era is coming to an end in the video game era. No,
No, I mean, superheroes will always be a thing.
yes,
Like,
they will.
it's always going to be a
Mhm.
thing. Like, you know what I mean? I guess I feel like what it needs to say is like the prime of superheroes that we've had is probably what 2010 to like 2019. But that doesn't mean to say that the superhero movies now are not coming up still. I feel like now we're finally getting. I think like now we're at a point we can say Marvel and DC are finally competing now. Whereas before it was just Marvel that was just pretty much running shit. So, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Also, Retro Lad mentions that Charlie Cox wants Robert Pattinson as the main character in the live adaptation of Expedition 33.
Okay.
100%, bro.
Okay.
That which
100.
one of us, like, who of us didn't start that game and go, is that Robert Pattinson? And like as the main character. You know what I mean? Like, it looks just like him. He used to be perfect. Everything about like the way he acts, talks, it's just totally, it makes you think it is Robert Pattinson. You're like, Charlie Cox voiced this? What? But,
Another video game movie that's coming out soon is Helldivers with Jason Momoa.
oh
That
boy.
was another thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, they have an easy time with that one because it's literally Starship Troopers with a new skin. Like we already had Helldivers with those, and sure, the first one was like the only actually good one, but I can't really say I would love the schlocky sequels. That's all I've ever heard about them. But yeah, it'll be cool. Like it's got its own thing. If you didn't know, Starship Troopers is actually an incredibly whitewashed movie. Like most of the main characters are supposed to be Hispanic, and they made like all the main white characters white in that movie. It's like good old '90s whitewashing, and I just think that it's a great era to make a movie like this because Helldivers leans into propaganda way more than like Starship Troopers ever did. So lean into it and like essentially like with the boys, what they're doing with society right now, like do that with
Yeah.
Helldivers in a way of propaganda. That would be amazing. What other games can we talk about that just came? Oh, well, actually, before we move off Pragmata, Kenna, did you beat it?
I did not. I got to a stopping point. I was gonna beat it last night, but I was like too tired, so I didn't want to push myself to the ending. But I'm real close. I'm really close.
No, fair enough.
But yeah, I love Pragmata. I really do. I think it's such a fun game. I recommend it to anyone who likes, just video games in general. It's simple, it's fun, but also, again, that's why I think Pragmata, what makes it work as a video game is like because of the game mechanics that it has. And like sure, say what you want about the story. It's like, okay, dad and daughter duo, we've seen that before. But again, it's like it's the little things in the story that I feel like people aren't picking up on, or at least I haven't seen anyone talk about it yet because I've been trying to steer away from spoilers for a while now. So I actually haven't really fully delved into what other people think of the game quite there yet. But like each time you upgrade a weapon, you upgrade the shelter that you're in, the hacking that you do with Diana, they add more things to that, but they also add a little difficulty. Like there's sometimes where like you can't hack at all. And because you become
Right.
so reliant on it, you're like, I'm screwed, right?
Yeah. Or they
And
have
then
like the interferences that you have to break down before you can
right,
get back to hacking. I like
that
that.
too, yeah, the red things, but there's later on in the game there's like this stuff that happens and you get like purple blocks in the hacking, and if you can still hack, but if you have to go through or you actually or accidentally go through like a purple block, it will just slow you down. You can still complete the
Cool.
hack, but it slows you down a bit. And so like that's really why it's so fun and how you get actually invested into these characters because you're playing as them constantly and going through these different difficulties, these obstacles. And there's always new little bad guys you fight, new robots, and they're cool. And it's just a lot of fun. I will say I have not got to the actual ending of the game, but I will say this. There is one thing that happens in the story where I'm like, they better not do this, and then they did it because I just thought it was so predictable. But then now it kind of feels like they're because again, I'm not fully done yet. Like every time I think that I'm done, it's like no, there's still more. So it's like, oh, okay. There's like I feel like there's like right that keeps you interested. There's like I feel like there's gonna be another twist or another. There's like a take that they're doing with this specific character in the game that I'm like, wait, actually, even though it's kind of predictable, I quite like it for the story that they're trying to tell and the messaging of Pragmata because yes, it's a like Hugh, he doesn't like kids, but now he's forced to like adopt this android child, and he takes on this father relationship with her. But it's also like he tells her about like how he was adopted, and his parents told him to do whatever he dreams of to do, and like it's a very very hopeful happy like messaging that Pragmata has where it's like it's okay to be afraid or it's okay to take breaks from things like even if you're not ready, or like you should do what you want to do in your life. Like it's very sweet, but again it's in this simple like you have to listen for it because it's not spoon fed to you. It's
Right.
like in the dialogue that when Hugh talks to Diana, or it's in the logs that you read. Like I think that's really the issue with some people maybe not liking Pragmata in the story sense because it's not being spoon fed to you and you actually have to think, you have to read and use your brain. And I feel like a lot of people
Aren't
don't
about
really
in
do
that way.
don't really do it. Yeah, so
Sure. Similar to like what
it's
Spike was saying earlier with Marvel movies. It's like, well, it was there. Did you see it? You know what I mean?
mhm.
Like So yeah, it's details, devil in the details type of thing, right?
Exactly. It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, it is once you get into it. See, that's like
Right.
the thing is like people are so harsh on things, like easy to hate, hard to forgive. Like there's so many people's mentalities, and they don't give something enough of a shot. Like look at Ironheart, right? Where it's like,
Right.
screw this, it sucks. I don't want. This is not what I want. This ain't my Iron Man. Blah blah blah. It's like,
Yeah.
well, why don't you actually watch it and see what it has to
And
offer?
give it a shot. Yeah.
Right.
And also there's
You know?
another thing. A lot of people were hesitant about Pragmata because it was I think like in 2022 Capcom announced it and they were like, what is this game? Everyone was like, what is this? Because it's a whole new IP, right?
Right.
It's a new story. And so people are already a little hesitant about that. And then 2026 it's like, oh, they like moved the date to earlier rather than being delayed. So I'm like, okay, so clearly they
By a
have
week.
great confidence in this game doing well.
Right.
Because if they delayed it, if it took years to make this game and then they even push the release date to earlier than it originally was, then like clearly this game has to be good, like really good, and it is. And I think that's great. And also like, it also
reminds
doesn't.
me.
Yeah.
Stranger Things season 5 has got to be good if they're
Oh my
releasing it on
God.
Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. Oh
Because
my
they're
God.
releasing it on Christmas. Oh my God. But I mean that's different though. That's a TV show, not a game. But I mean Capcom, I also think they knew what they were doing with like releasing RE9. They're like, obviously this is gonna be a banger. This is gonna make a lot of money. People are gonna love it because it's a Resident Evil game. And obviously that's a franchise that everyone's familiar with them doing. And then they can be like, here's Pragmata, our new thing. I mean, you
Boom.
liked Resident
Right.
Evil, come, yeah.
It's smart. It is smart.
Mm-hmm. And to be
What?
honest, I think Pragmata is like Resident Evil. Jump scares you sometimes. Just in a
It's
different way.
it's a lot like Resident Evil. They kind of repurposed 9 in a lot of ways. They use a lot of similar assets and kind of changed them up a little bit. Like they were smart about how they made this game. And it's as much as it's a cinematic video game, it's also like a video game. Like it still has
a lot of people describe
Capcom.
it that way.
They just give it this like greatness to it, like the leveling up of the shelter, right? The way that you upgrade stuff in the shelter. There's training simulations. If you complete those to the like with the best mark, right?
The 3 stars.
Right, then you get more upgrades for your actual character. Like similar to if you remember the Resident Evil 4 shooting range. Like, and then you stop the game and you play the shooting range for a little while and it still upgrades your Leon. You know what I mean? Like similar to that, here's some like challenges for you to complete. And then when you go into this training sim, like it's super video game feeling. Where like the moving platforms, you got to do a bit of platforming. You gotta get there.
What did I get? The perspective changed on me.
Oh my God. Yeah, DSP. If you guys know DSP, yeah, everybody's making fun of him, like saying like, he messed up a jump. He's like, the perspective changed. It's like, dude, why can't you just admit that you made a mistake?
That you
like,
just missed the jump. It's a moving platform. Yeah.
He's always funny to make fun of.
Yeah.
But my other thing is it's a Capcom game, so it's got replayability. When you beat the game, you're going to be able to play it on a new difficulty. I don't know if you get to keep all your weapons and upgrades and stuff, but that would be awesome. Like I'm all for that. Like I can't wait to actually get to hard mode on this game and play it again. How many other games can I actually say, I can't wait to beat it and play it again? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
Right, it's fair enough.
And
another thing too that I want to say about Pragmata is that even though like I just want to say like it's just a good sci-fi thing, especially a sci-fi video game. Like the design of it is cool. It looks nice, and I just feel like there's not a lot of good sci-fi games right now. Or anymore.
Space and sci-fi is like the next big trend in video games, I swear. Because like everybody's going for it now. The Naughty Dog, I believe their next game is like Project Helix or something. And I think it's supposed to be a PS6 release game. And it's like just everyone is going for the space, the sci-fi aesthetic next, because like it's the thing that hasn't really been done to death, I feel, in video games. Like Elder Scrolls or
there's been fantasies.
Yes, like, a million of them.
Obviously
and, like,
horror.
Even Bethesda is trying to break into that with Starfield, or at least it did poorly attempt. I'll say, uh, at doing it. You know, like everything wants a piece of the pie. So yeah, no, it's Pragmata's been good. I've been playing Windrose. That's a new survival game. It's
Yeah, I heard
pirates.
about that.
Yeah. If you like Assassin's Creed Black Flag, the best Assassin's Creed game in my opinion. This it's just like that essentially. Like you want to be a pirate, here you go. It's a survival
You mean
game.
to tell me they made Windrose and then Skull and Bones is just in the trash, bro? That's crazy.
Nah, Skull and Bones, dude. Get rid of Skull and Bones, dude. No, this you get to build everything. Build your pirate base. Build your pirate ship. Actually go out and have ship battles.
I've heard about good things about that.
It's great. Like you can board other ships when you get them low on health and then actually jump over to the ship and start fighting everybody on it. It looks awesome. I mean, it is awesome. I've been playing, but I have friends
Floyd
that
the
play
pirate.
yeah, Floyd. I based him off DTF. I made him Floyd. And like my friends that play it so much more than me that they're like, yeah, dude, we already beat it. All there's left to do is like build a base now. So we've moved on. And it's like, no, like the game blew up. And it's what happens with these small studios. Like they come up with a good idea. They come up with a good game. It comes out. It blows up online. Mad people want to play it. And then everyone's like, we want more. We want more. Where's the DLC? What's the roadmap? When are you doing updates? And it's a small studio that wasn't expecting for the game to be this big. They could never be prepared for what's about to happen. You know, exactly. One thing I really want to see happen in that game specifically, though, is them add a PvP mode. There's no PvP right now. And how cool would it be to actually like assemble a pirate crew of your friends and go out on the seas?
Yeah, that'll be dope. Yeah.
And battle other pirates. Yeah, amazing. You know, like the game that does let you do that is Sea of Thieves. That's a game I have not dived into enough.
Yeah,
but,
same.
I've always heard good things. It's even got a Pirates of the Caribbean DLC for it and everything. Like people love it. So yeah, good stuff. New games. Invincible Versus. Been loving it. Joe, I'll destroy you in Invincible Versus if you want to fight me. I am a silver 3 in rank. I'm working on it, learning some combos. You know, we'll get there. Chris, I did download Street Fighter 6 as well.
I will call you after.
Okay, cool.
What's that, Spike?
I'm just letting him know. I'll call him after this.
Oh, okay. Thoughts on Xenoverse 3, Sparking Zero DLC? Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it's looking good. I think it's about time because I think I'm one of the few people that stuck with Sparking Zero for a minute, and it's about time they drop some DLC.
Bro, I can't play that game because I love Budokai Tenkaichi 3, and then I was like, nah, I'm okay, dude.
I feel you, dude. Because
I hear it still. I hear it still in it. I think it's just. I think the nostalgia that we have for those games is probably why people have probably drifted away from what Sparking Zero could have been. I still think it's a good game regardless, like in terms of combat and fighting and stuff. But I do think what's killing it, well, what was trying to kill this game is the lack of content. So now that we're finally getting offline content, more characters, customizations, it's the things that we want. Next thing we need now is crossplay. And Xenoverse 3, I mean, that's all good too, because I vaguely played Xenoverse 1 and 2, so I'm looking forward to 3 just so I can dive into it more. But yeah,
I think it's cool that the community is so alive and they're doing so much with it, right? Like Spike just said, Tenkaichi 3, man, like dude, those are my bread and butter of Dragon Ball Z games. What I grew up with, why I love Dragon Ball Z, right? Really, it's the Budokai series before Tenkaichi. You know, like.
Of course, yeah.
Dude, Budokai 3, man.
Budokai was definitely the best one.
So much. They remastered it even on Xbox 360, and I was all about it. I platinumed them all over again. I remembered how to do everything in the story from when I was a kid because I did it that many times. You know, like make a Budokai 4. I'd be all there. But I'd also be upset if they did what they did with this, where it's not really a Tenkaichi 4, it's Sparking Zero. It's something a little bit
Sparking Zero I think, Budokai in Japan is Sparking Zero.
Oh, so that's right.
Yeah, so it is Tenkaichi 4. It's just not how... I feel like the stuff that we used to do back in the day on Budokai 3 and stuff was very gimmicky. and there was no online, so you couldn't really like face each other to like really even tell and stuff. So
That
now
was
that there's
the-
online and stuff, it kind of has to balance. They have to kind of balance it out a lot more. Which are people complaining? People are still complaining about the balancing, but it's like it's Dragon Ball. Like there's a world full of characters who are overly powered, insanely powered. So you can't expect them not to be that whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
yeah.
I feel you. It's just great to see a like great IP get as much love as it does. So hell yeah, I'm about that. I'd love to see a One Piece fighting game though.
Yeah, that would
Alright.
be cool. That would
That's
actually
what
be cool.
I would be all about it. Like
That would actually be cool. I'm not
if
gonna
the
lie.
Guilty Gears were doing that instead of Marvel, I'd be all there. But
Mm.
I'm cool with a Marvel game. Give me a Marvel game. I'm cool. Like whatever those guys want to make, they're gonna make an amazing game. So
Yeah.
I think Marvel Token Fighting Souls is probably going to be better than Avatar and Invincible Versus. Invincible Versus is a game that's going to just kind of fall to the wayside, I think, for a lot of people. It won't be their main fighter. Maybe, but I just don't see it, even though I think it's a great game and everything. It's got its issues. So, but I think Marvel Token Souls will be solid. Sorry, Spike. What were you saying?
Amazing.
Yeah, no. With how good Fighters is, man, like, and then this is going to be Marvel, it's going to blow up. Like, blow up. Because mad casual players are going to want to play it too. It's a Marvel fighting game, finally. When's the last time we had a Marvel fighting game? Like, Marvel versus Capcom.
Yeah, versus Capcom 3. Yeah, we ain't had that for
Infinite. And Infinite was
Oh,
terrible.
it was
dude.
bad. Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
not. No. That can't be.
I haven't wanted to say it, but Invincible Versus reminds me of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
No, I get it.
Like a way better version of it, but it's
Mm.
still like something about the graphics, the way it looks, the backgrounds, even in the story mode. Like they just remind me of it, the whole experience of it. Basically Marvel vs. Capcom 4, which I would love to see that too, but I like to see that it's more Marvel focused, honestly. Sorry, Spike. I keep not hearing.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. Yeah, but I'm happy to see like a Marvel-based one, just because it's going to be more Marvel characters announced instead of like here's a batch of Capcom characters I don't really know. When it comes to Marvel, give me just about anybody, and I'm kind of there for it. I don't want a bunch of like new characters necessarily. But I'm sure the ones that they do choose will be awesome characters too. Like it's a little different from Marvel Rivals, where like they're just adding. They're not adding, like people that everyone wants right off the bat. Where I feel like with Token Souls, you're gonna get way more of a push for mainstay characters. Like where is Cyclops? Where is Kitty Pryde? Where is Colossus? Like they're gonna want those way more in that than Rivals. Like Rivals, I don't know, is more of they go for the Gooner characters more than but
Cyclops is a Gooner character.
For you.
No, for everyone. I'm not even that crazy of a Cyclops fan, and you guys, I feel like Luke talks about him more than I do, so clearly he's the Cyclops Gooner. That's what
maybe. Maybe a little bit.
Just a little bit. I
Street
think. Well,
Fighter
here's the thing. I
6,
think
God.
Cyclops is a Gooner himself, canonically in some comics. That's all
I
I'll
mean, he
say.
gets with Emma.
Emma.
Frost.
You almost said Emma Stone.
I did almost say Emma Stone. I do that all the time with her.
Yeah.
Emma Frost. Yeah, he does get with Emma Frost.
So he's got to
But
be a
he's-
Gooner.
Uh-huh.
How do you know? You can't. One doesn't exist without the other.
Right.
Street Fighter
There's a
6, lots of
balance.
fun. People abuse the drive system. I've been hearing that a lot lately, actually.
Yeah, people are starting to abuse it. Yeah.
Right. They don't use it the way it was intended. Give me a 40th anniversary Street Fighter games. Roll back netcode. Didn't they do something with Street Fighter collection? I thought not too long ago. Or,
Yeah, it was. I think it was the Marvel. No, it was a Capcom collection. Marvel and Capcom, something like that.
Like a Legendary collection or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. There's a few games still that came with it.
Retro Legendary Collection, I think it was called.
Okay. I feel like we kind of gone through all of our subjects. So unless you got some other like Marvel news or anything like that, Spike, or anybody else has anything to touch on.
I could sit down here and talk about Marvel all day. like tell you fun facts, crazy
What
stuff.
what's the thing right now that you're most into when it comes to all this stuff you're seeing?
Well, from what I want to see, I really want to see them just get to Nova already and touch on the cosmic saga. I'm sick and tired of a Doomsday. I'm sick and tired of Spider-Man's gonna have 8 arms or 6 arms or like X-Men 97 has different writers because it's the what if writer, so that's why everything looks weird. Vision Quest is gonna be nice. The Punisher special. Oh, there's a special. If any of you guys that are listening are near California, specifically Camp Pendleton, I can go, but I'm not going to. It's on days, so you need to have an ID or have somebody that has an ID to get there. But they're showing the Punisher for free, like next Tuesday.
Oh,
So
that's
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
there is. I do have a little bit of DC news. Not anything super detailed, but I've heard some things. So, Creature Commando season 2, some talks about Booster Gold being in it.
What? Really? Wow.
Right. And I was surprised about this. So originally, I thought Paradise Lost, which is the Themyscira prequel show, was canceled. But apparently, James Gunn said that it's in extreme development, and something about some other shows have been put on hold, which I'm not surprised, but I'm a little surprised about the Paradise Lost being like, no, that's back on. So it's like, okay. And so everybody, a lot of people thought that the girl who plays the sister in Andor was going to be Wonder Woman, but apparently now there's this other chick. I can't remember her name.
Yeah, I think
but
I've
she
seen
was
her as well.
she was posting her working out or something, or working with the same trainer that David Cornsweet worked with when he was getting ready for Superman. So now she's another candidate for playing Wonder Woman, or she might be Maxima. That's still an option. So it's like 50-50 on who she could be, but very much speculation. I think that's really much it that I can remember. Obviously not anything super detailed or crazy, but oh yeah, what's that guy's name? I forgot his name, but he's been cast in that guy that's been cast in Man of Tomorrow could be Martian Manhunter.
Oh,
but I
yeah.
can't remember
Yeah.
his
Are you
name.
talking about the guy from what's his name? What's the show called again that we just watched a few months back? Was it? Oh my gosh, the It Show. What's the It Show called again?
Welcome to Derry. Welcome to Derry.
It's that guy. You're talking about.
Is it? I don't know.
I've heard him, but I'm not too sure if it's
the guy who could see stuff, see dead people.
Yeah, him. Yeah.
Right.
Dick Halloran.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like that's the character's name. But like I'm trying to think of the actor's name.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Hold
Sora
up.
from King.
No.
But Booster Golding's Creature Command, that's interesting.
Right, because I remember that Captain Atom was also supposedly making his appearance in Creature Commando season 2 as well. So now you have Atom, and now you have Booster Gold, supposedly, maybe.
That's cool.
The Authority has been put on hold, which honestly I think that's good. I feel like doing an Authority thing takes like way too much time. I think as much as I love the DCU and DC in general, and I liked how James Gunn is taking like, we're getting Clayface project and like we're doing some fun Elseworld stuff as well, but it's like, why are we getting news about like the Authority or like an Amanda Waller show was in the talks? It's like, why? Like what? Like where? What about Batman? What about Batman? But like, here's the thing: I said I do like Creature Commandos. I'm excited for Supergirl. Creature Commando season 2 should be good, and Clayface also should be good. Like again, I'm still very invested in these projects. Mr. Miracle is getting his own show too. Like, but that's the thing is like Mr. Miracle though, like that is obviously going to be connected to the bigger picture of the story because Mr. Miracle is where the New God stuff is set in.
Right.
Will the Watchmen come to the DCU? I don't know. Lanterns.
So it's interesting. Retro actually himself was telling us that DCKO, the comic event that they did last summer, could actually end up being like Injustice 3 essentially. And like they bring in all these other characters to the DC universe with that game as well. just like DCKO, like bring in the Boys universe, bring in the Watchmen universe, stuff like that. So that could be really cool. If they do that, I mean, you gave me my Boys fighting game that I wanted. So like
I
I'll be there
think
for it.
if we were gonna get an adaptation of the Watchmen again, I don't think it's gonna be a bit tricky for them to be really to be actually connected to like the DCU and like Superman, because Watchmen is set in a alternate history where
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I don't think they'll do that. I don't think they'll
yeah.
bring Watchmen into like the main DCU. I'd
Yeah,
be
no,
very
no.
surprised,
Yeah,
but this is just a
but
fighting game, so
right. Well, yeah, no, I'm just saying, I'm talking more about the movie side of things. I
right.
definitely think we could see another adaptation of The Watchmen, but it will be an Elseworld thing. It
Ugh,
won't be
we don't
connected
need
to
it.
the. Right.
We don't need it. Not right
Just read
now.
the
Focus on
comic.
other things.
Just read the comic.
No,
Lanterns, yeah, Lanterns. I'm okay. Lanterns. I'm willing to watch it. I'm gonna watch it. Right now, I'm not super hyped for it, but I am interested. But I think that's really just because, I think maybe my tune will change once the full show is out, and then I'll be like really into it. But right now, with the teaser trailer and such, it's kind of just like, well, it's there. It's Lanterns. It's coming.
To go back to Marvel, I was kind of wondering, Spike, do you know when Nova might actually appear?
Yeah, so Nova is going to come after Secret Wars, and Kevin Feige said there's going to be a series. It's going to happen. It's just on hold at the moment. And it's going to be like 8 episodes. It's going to focus on Richard Rider, and I think we'll get Sam Alexander in there. So that's your... I know Nova's going to deal heavily with the cosmic side. And if you know anything, Nova deals with like Annihilus, and he has connections to a lot of things like the Guardian Galaxy and a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, that's cool.
I'd love to see Annihilus come in. That would be awesome. Like good Fantastic Four.
It's about time we hit the cosmic side, man, because so much to cover with that.
Yeah, boy. What did I hear about Franklin Richards? Like seeing Doctor Doom's face and like it's Iron Man. I don't even. What do you think about that, Spike, and that scene in general? What have you?
Oh, you want? I'll tell you something then, and then I'll leave you with something else that's going to really blow everybody's mind. So, I mean, that is all. I like how people make assumptions, because every time I've talked to somebody, when it comes to that scene, they forget that, first of all, that in the Fantastic Four's world, it's been 4 years. So there's a lot of context we don't have. I mean, you've just seen a baby grow up to be like, I don't know, a damn near toddler, like, going into 5 years old.
Right.
You think the dots, right? And then the only thing we is that Frank and Doom were interacting. That's it. We don't know if it was bad. We don't know if he snuck in. We don't know if he just was popping in and was like, I'm a pimp named Slickback. Like, we really don't know. These assumptions have to stop. The other thing I'll say, everyone's like, oh, Dr. Doom's going to go and say that Steve Rogers caused an incursion and killed his family in another universe, and all of this is his fault. That's what everybody likes to say, right?
Because he stayed back in time.
Yeah, that don't make.
Stop. You're focusing on all the wrong. I need you to listen to what I just told you. Dr. Doom is mad at Steve Rogers for killing his family in another universe and caused an incursion. So he's saying that the cause of all of this and the reason why the incursion is happening is because of him, and he's bad. We have to go get him. Here's exactly what he just did. Dr. Doom smacked somebody in the face, waited about a year, and that person that he smacked in the face smacked a whole bunch of other people next to him or something, and he was like, he smacked him in the face, but he did it to him first. He's causing an incursion. If he's from another universe and he's blaming the other guy, that's
right.
Why are we jumping to it's all Steve Rogers, this and this? Okay, so like if Dr. Doom is from another universe and he's causing an incursion first, right? And he's mad at the other guy causing an incursion. So okay, there's that. And then so it's like, okay, well, if he's not from another universe, how is he in the Fantastic Four's world? We don't know. Okay, now you're really not paying attention, because at the beginning of the movie, Fantastic Four First Steps, I watched it like 44 times. Okay. They're having a meeting at the Future Foundation, and that's where all of the political leaders in the United Nations comes together, and they drop their arms and they agree, okay, we're gonna like have a bright future, right? Remember that, everybody? Remember who wasn't there, but they showed his table? Like he had a spot to be there. Dr. Doom, Latveria. Everybody just glazed over it like, okay, he's in the... No, it's established from that one scene and picture alone that he is a world power. He is his own nation. or at that point in 1963 in their Earth, it's established that he is Latveria. It's his own nation. He has respect by the UN and can go there. And then we jump forward 4 years later after Galactus. They got powers. They're still doing the thing, and now we're here. So there's a lot of pieces that we don't got going on. I just wanted to list that out for everybody because now we're gonna have a shifting conversation. I promise you.
Yeah, I can see that.
Interesting. Yeah. Sure.
No, there's a lot there that people definitely just graze right over, man. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, I do want to say, oh, sorry, before you guys go back to your Marvel thing, I just want to say the man who's been cast for Man of Tomorrow is someone named Andre Royo, and he's in talks of maybe possibly being Martian Manhunter, but
What's he
nothing
been in?
confirmed. He has been in Hunter Gatherer G, The Wire,
Oh, The Wire, right? That guy. Okay.
The Collection,
Oh,
Empire,
yeah, him. Okay, that's cool.
Shaft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shaft.
Beautiful Boy. He's been in a bunch of things.
Cool.
But yeah. Okay.
So yeah, next week we'll have Daredevil finale to finally talk about. See how that wraps up.
Yep.
Oh yeah, some more Boys, some more Maul, Shadow Lord, whatever news that we might have. We can always save some that we didn't get to talk about this week. And does anybody have any final thoughts on anything they wanted to say they didn't get to say at some point?
Actually, I do want to say, make sure you guys tap that like, share, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell because the podcast and all information will be given to you in a good form on a weekly basis. I might not be here, but that doesn't mean the information won't be. So make sure that you guys do it. Great people. I'm happy to be here, guys. Really.
Yeah. Great to have you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah,
It's free comic book day. Go get a comic book.
Free
Go
comic
get
book
comic.
day.
Yeah,
It's your
go find
shop.
some comic book store that go to
I'm
some
about to do
place that
that
sells comics.
right after this. Right. Hell yeah.
Right.
They always give you some nothing of big note
Yeah,
at
you
Free
won't get
Comic Book
anything
Day,
crazy, but
yeah.
it's always nice to get some free stuff.
No, because DC and Marvel are having their crazy events, and that's where they drop hints of stuff. Like when they did Spider-Verse and what's it called? Secret Wars, and when we were dumping into God Emperor Doom and that whole thing, they were dropping free comics for everyone to grab and get. So just I would you know what you can do if you don't want to go buy the issue. There's nothing wrong. I used to do this all the time. That's why I know so much. I used to go to Barnes and Noble and pull out Marvel Encyclopedia and sit there for 2-3 hours with some coffee and just read it. No one does that. Everyone will pick up the phone and read that. Trust me, go pick up a book and actually go through the pages. You'd be surprised.
It's nice to get some physicals, man. Proper.
Yeah,
it makes a big difference for sure. I've been reading everything digitally, and I miss the days of having everything physical.
Reading what?
So. Shut up. Yeah, I haven't been reading as much as I could be. We'll get around to talking about the Absolute Universe eventually. So that's on the plate, the docket eventually. Thanks, Retro. Thanks for the support, man. Everybody.
Thanks for everyone coming.
Huge difference. There's going to be other videos coming out too on this channel. There's not daily shorts, but somewhat like that, at least weekly. Lots of content coming your way. Thank you guys again, and we'll see you on episode 2. Same bad time, same bad channel.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right, guys. Peace.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
That's a game, boy.